Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Keith, the Executive Director of the Pablove Foundation. Thank you all for being a part of this meaningful fundraiser and for standing with us to fight childhood cancer with love. We found a really special synergy between our foundation and the world of D&D. The wonder, the imagination, the creativity, all those things are entwined with the mission of Pablove. And we tackle childhood cancer head on by funding cutting edge pediatric research and providing healing arts photography classes for kids during their treatment and beyond. And the friendships and the heroes that we have come to know in the D&D community, they far transcend any pages of a storybook. And we are so incredibly thankful for your participation because we could not do this alone. Just as you know, no child should be fighting cancer alone. And now it's my privilege to introduce you to one of our students who has participated in our program and happens to also be a really big fan of D&D. Here's Simone.
Oh, greetings, Brave Adventurers. Hello, my name is Simone, and I am 14 years old. First off, thank you to Todd Stashwick for being our Dungeon Master of this magical fundraiser, and thank you to all of you who are joining us tonight. More than just a game, tonight is a symbol of the power that each of us has to make a difference in the world. As a kid who has dealt with the cruel hand of childhood cancer, I can tell you that the greatest battle is the ones that teach us about ourselves. Cancer has taught me so much and changed my perspective in many ways. I'm so thankful to be here with you and take part in this fundraiser. Thank you again, and I hope that you know that your donation is going to an incredible cause, the Pablove Foundation. Pablove is very close to my heart and has been a big part in shaping me who I am today. With your support, more kids like me can experience the joy, wonder, and the healing of the arts through Pablove Shutterbug. Bye!
That is huge and epic. Hi, everyone. It's Todd Stashwick, and I am here with some amazing people that have decided to roll dice to fight cancer. I got a little choked up at that little intro video, so I was like, I'm not going to have it together by the time this thing rolls. But here we are. Real quick, I want to say the Pablove Foundation. I have had the good fortune of working with them for a number of years. I've run half marathons for them. Dungeons and Dragons is easier on my knees. So here we are today. This cause means something very close to my heart. The reason this game is called Legends of Elanora is it is named after my friend Kelly Leonard and Ann Libra's daughter Nora, who she fought and she lost, but she fought hard. So I asked Kelly and Ann, can I have her live on in this game? And he said absolutely, anything that celebrates her light. She was a big nerd, so she'd be thrilled to know that we're rolling D&D dice in her name. But I want to introduce my friends that are joining me today. I'm going to start with the man who's on my immediate left, Mr. Jonathan Frakes. Say hi, Johnny.
Good morning, Todd.
Good morning.
Take care of me.
Welcome.
I'm a virgin.
So this is Johnny's first game. Game.
First time ever.
Excited. First time rolling D&D, but he's gonna roll like a champ. So we will be gentle. Next to Johnny is Majda. Majda was one of the people that so generously donated to join us for this evening. Say hi, Majda.
Hi, I feel like an imposter, but I'm going to have a really good time and just try to...
Then you're in good company, so do we.
Yeah, you're in good company.
Yeah,
exactly.
for real.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I lost my father to cancer about 10 years ago this fall, and it's life-altering. I just support everybody going through that. I'm happy to be here.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next to Majda is Fair Wil Wheaton.
Hello.
That's Wil. Wil is notorious for rolling ones, so we'll see how tonight goes. Yeah. Yes. And so then we're going to keep going down the clock, which brings us to Deborah.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Such a great cause. If you know me at all, you know D&D is like half my life. So, so this is a regular, Saturday night for me.
This is great. Next to Deborah is Rob, yet another one of our amazing donors that has joined the table. Say hi, Rob.
Hello, folks. Unfortunately, I have had my life touched by cancer, not personally, a family member. They made it. They were one of the lucky few. Could easily be said that the fight they put up made the Wolf 359 look a little less one-sided.
Yeah, it's a bear, and this is why we're here. It's a bear, and so thank you for participating. These two people who've joined us at the table today have moved us towards our goal, and we'll get to that in a second. But certainly not least, Michelle Hurd.
Hi.
Yeah.
Woo. Hi, everyone. I think anybody who knows Todd knows that when Todd asks somebody a favor, we all come and rally because he's such a good man. He does, what he does really affects everybody. Thank you so much, Rob and Majda, for what you've already donated. You're outstanding. I too have, my family has been touched by this, insidious C word. That's not the four, that's the many words.
PG show.
PG show. I'm so grateful. I have 2 breast cancer surviving sisters. I'm very grateful for that. A year and a half ago, I lost my husband's father to lung cancer. And Todd, I hear you, because childhood cancer is just insidious, and we need to find cures. And so thank you so much for asking us to participate in this. It's such a worthy cause, and let's do it, guys. Let's do this. Let's raise some money. Let's raise some money.
If I can quote Hamilton, it is the unimaginable, right? Yeah. Like to be a parent who has to carry that weight, and to be a child who has to carry that weight, it is the unimaginable. So I'm going to read a quick thing about Pablove, since people are joining, maybe just joining in, and maybe have missed the opening video. So I'm going to read a little bit about it. The Pablove Foundation is a national pediatric cancer nonprofit named after Pablove, a little boy who lost his valiant battle with cancer at the age of 6. Imbued with his spirit, Pablove is dedicated to the daily global fight against childhood cancer and the suffering that comes in its wake. In 2009, Pablove's parents founded the Pablove Foundation with a mission to invest in underfunded, cutting-edge pediatric cancer research and improve the lives of kids with cancer through the arts. It's what they call fighting childhood cancer with love. Pablove has a two-pronged mission that harnesses the power of both art and science, sounds like Star Trek, to defeat the monster that is childhood cancer. They offer two main programs. Pablove Shutterbugs is their signature program that teaches photography to kids with cancer. They help kids with cancer to express themselves and develop their creative voice through the healing power of art. Shutterbugs produces real results. In fact, the program is evidence-based, which means it has actually been shown to increase the quality of life of participants, which can lead to better outcomes in their treatments. That is remarkable, and it is why that we all can agree that art truly has the power to transform lives. Pablove's second program is Powered by Pablove, research grants which fund the brightest minds in pediatric cancer research. Pablove invests your donations into leading scientists and the most promising strategies, novel ideas to cure cancer. Their investments have had a staggering 377% return on investment and have contributed to the launch of 4 clinical trials. They are not messing around. Tonight, keep in mind that by supporting this charity, supporting Pablove, you are lighting a torch for innovative scientific programs in solving cancer. Think of the exciting breakthroughs that are waiting to be discovered, discoveries that will be made because of you. So let's get to the big reason why we're here tonight, which is to raise money. You can raise money tonight by messing with the game, giving all of these people rerolls, disadvantage, critical successes, critical failures. Donate it, and we will give you a shout out when you use it. Keep them coming. This is how we are going to make money. Plus, there will also be incentives for you to donate for. You can donate and get a bunch of cool things. They're all in the chat. I'm going to open with the first donation. This guy, for $3,000, I will privately dungeon master a Zoom game for you and 5 of your friends. So a 6-person table.
Wow.
We will do a full game on Zoom that I will create for you for $3,000. Pool it together. What, 6 of it? That's $500 each, folks. $500 each for a 5-hour experience. That's $100 an hour.
That's amazing.
Nothing.
That's amazing. That's amazing, you guys.
So we're gonna open with that. We're gonna open with that, and then there's other things to donate for that'll pop up throughout the game. Most importantly, keep those rerolls and things coming. We are going to start. So you guys, the players, you guys check in chat, see if any got rerolls for you. And I will start with a little preamble I have prepared. Here we go. So we can get ourselves into the world of this game. All right. Bum, 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 bum. You guys ready? We're gonna play
Let's do this.
We're ready.
In the land of fear, in an arcane age, in a misty, distant past, there was a grand age of humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, and half-orcs. An age of enlightenment and wonder made possible only by powerful magic. Magic stolen from the dragons. It is said that when the dragons emerged from the shade, they brought life to fear, that they were the first, and their magic allowed all other creatures of fear to grow and flourish. For millennia, dragons protected mortals from the denizens of the shade. But then, violated for too long by greedy mortals, the dragons brought death. They set the world on fire. The war, the dragon wrath, was long, terrific, and brutal. Populations were decimated. The great cities of fear turned to ash and dust, all but one. The bloodshed eventually ended. The dragons, satisfied in their destructions, retreated to their homes in the charred mountains or to new homes across the sea. The scattered people that remained began the long, slow process of reconstruction and repopulation. Without the guidance of their most powerful. Without the great cities and the great libraries where their knowledge had been kept, the humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, and half-orcs fought each other as they scrambled over the remaining pieces. In time, a wounded land began to heal. Cities began to crowd again, pale shadows of the cities of ash, but cities nonetheless. The province of Elanora was named for the young human woman who is said to have brokered peace with the dragons a millennia ago, ending the dragon wrath. It is said that on a quiet night in the charred mountains, the song of Eleanora can be heard blowing through the pines, singing her lullaby to the mighty dragon Thrum, a tale for another time. The magic of mortals was moved to the shadows. The stories of the dragon wrath and times before turned into legends, and legends became myth. We are now in the dark age of fear. Society, such as it is, hobbles back, clawing its way free of the ruins of the past. For most, existence is hard. The people of Fear are farmers, tradespeople, laborers who bloody their hands to carve out a life. Adventure can be found if you're brave enough to seek the treasures of the old world, seek glory in this new one, or seek simply the thrill of leaving behind a mundane life, dangerous though it may be. For now, secrets remain hidden, waiting to be unlocked. Magic is real and deadly, but few practice it openly. The shade threatens all. They say the mighty dragon Thrum still roams. These are dangerous, mysterious, wondrous times. Deep beneath the eastern peak of the Merciful Sisters, a twin mountain range on the bleeding northern edge of the Blackwoods of Nor, you, six, ventured into the halls of Elmar, a long-abandoned city of the Undermountain Giants of Nor. 4 days you traversed the empty stone caverns, marveling as your torches licked amber light upon the exquisite stonework. Gargantuan pillars, lavish dining halls, all left to time and dust. Like mice crawling through mansions, you stumbled across the occasional abandoned human settlement where folks had once sheltered during the Dragonwrath War. The thick stone walls, a bulwark from the flames above, only to be met by hungry giants, more than happy to dine on the blood of, well, you know, fee-fi, fo-fum, and all that. But that was long ago. The halls have been left to ruin and dust. The giants presumably moved elsewhere with hidden treasure for you to find, those brave or stupid enough to seek it. You six were a little column A and a little column B. Let's tell a story. So you had been traveling through these tunnels, these giant halls, giant pillars, exquisite stonework of giants. But where we find you now is plunging through the darkness. You are in medias res, falling into a hole because one of you shall remain unnameless, Kel, decided to literally wake a sleeping giant. So you have found a well in the middle of this hall.
The plan was not to wake him up.
You've been running from this gargantuan, angry giant who wants to make a tiny little snack of you six, and you have all dove into a well in the middle of this giant hall. So you are now falling into this hole, and I'm going to start with a close-up on Kel. Boom. You were leading the pack with whatever you stole that woke this giant. You are falling into this hole. Boom. We freeze on Kel. What do we see? Tell us a little bit about him.
Kel is the most average-looking person you have ever seen in your life. He is completely forgettable. There is nothing remarkable about him at all. That is exactly the way he wants it. It is how he has been able to stay one step ahead of the very powerful bad guys that he hopes are 2 mountain ranges behind him that are mad at him. He did a bad thing for a very, very good reason. If you happen to remember, Kel, a timer has started on your life. You should get your affairs in order. This is also how he makes sure that he remains completely forgettable. He is, at the moment, rapidly scrambling around, trying so hard to grab onto literally anything in this darkness. He is not fond of the way things have gone. This was not part of the plan.
As you're falling, I want you to roll me. Do you want to do acrobatics or dexterity to try and find purchase on the side of this well?
We'll do acrobatics. Kels has spent a bunch of time doing this world's version of parkour as he's run away from things. So with his with his acrobatics of +3 and the 2 I just rolled. That's going to be a 5. But hey, guess what, everybody? Our good friend John Braden gave Kel a reroll.
Oh,
so guess what Kel's doing? Feeling around again, trying to see. It's very dark, everybody. Kel rolled a 4. Hey Todd, does a 7 show Kel anything?
So as Kel's falling, he is scrambling through the air, falling into the darkness of this well. Right on his heels, though, is his dear friend Freya, who's falling behind him. We freeze on Freya, and we're going to see how she maybe can save the both of you from crashing into the bottom of this well. Hi, what do we see, Freya?
Oh,
When we meet you.
Kel, why, Kel? You said you were going to steal stuff and you're usually stealth. What happened? Amazing.
We're so small in comparison. I can't believe he even noticed us.
I know, but you told me we would be fine. I see Kel. I'm trying to figure out, how do I reach him? I'm a human fighter, though. And I've been, I have suffered the loss of so many families during this whole dark time. And we're trying to figure out ways that we can rebuild this world. And, Kel told me that we could steal a couple things. So I thought I'd go along with it. I didn't realize it was not as stealth as he thought. And he's below.
So you're falling. You're falling behind him.
We're
How
falling.
are you going to try and stop yourselves?
I'm going to try to, I've got some acrobatics there too. And I think I'm going to utilize a little bit of my acrobatics because I might be able to, maybe while falling, I will try to reach down to him, maybe flip over a little bit and grab onto anything I can. So I'm going to roll right now. Kel, give me some energy here. Let's get this.
Roll me an acrobatics.
Roll in acrobatics. And I got a 13 cheering. 13.
Plus add your acrobatics
16,
bonus.
16.
So you manage to brace yourself against the wall and stick another leg out. You stop, and with your other hand, you reach down and you grab Cal and you snag him before. So you're kind of starfished in this well, while one hand. And you managed to grab Kel by one hand as his hands were sliding along the side, but plummeting behind you.
What?
Coming down on top of you.
What?
Is this massive gray creature who you've come to love as, say his name for us,
Xanatos Grimtusk.
Xanatos!
We love Xanatos!
Xanatos!
Look out! Pound for pound, one of your finest barbarians. And, unfortunately, one of your stupidest. However, if you put that strong dancer's leg out, I will grab on and you could save my life too, just as all the A-League dancers in your family before you have.
That's right. It's right here for you.
So,
grab it.
So you're gonna try and grab onto to Freya's leg as you are.
You know what I'm gonna use?
Past her.
That's my plan. That's my plan. I'm gonna go with athletics.
Oh, you're gonna roll athletics.
I'm gonna throw it. The big boy, right?
Big boy.
Ooh, 5. But, Judy H.W.
Yeah.
Already gave me 2 rerolls.
Yes, Judy.
Yeah, she did.
So I go again, right? I throw again.
Yeah, roll it right again.
13. Bam. 13
Bam.
plus 3, 16.
16. So, boom, you feel this big meaty hand grab onto your shin bone there, Freya, and as all of the weight of this orc is now put on that leg as you have it braced against the thing. So, boom, you managed to catch it, but now you're supporting 2 people, Freya, one of them being a very large half-orc.
I need a little help here.
Well, good thing you have a bard on its way falling down that well as we meet Zil. Zil? What do we see, Zil?
Zil is falling. And she's extremely frustrated because she knew when she saw the giant that she had just the poem that would have captivated him. It was even in giant pentameter. It was an epic that he would have been familiar with. She is, thank you. Oh my God.
Giant pentameter is genius.
That gets inspiration. So,
Yeah.
so write down yourself an inspiration point there, Majda.
Okay, I just might faint too.
How about you give us a little giant pentameter? You got any off the top of your head?
No
Fee,
pressure.
fi, fo, fum. I
of
smell
course.
the blood of a truckman.
There you go.
Okay.
Well
See?
done.
See? Well done. Well done.
So
Giant
Zil
pentameter.
is a little fancy looking. She's probably will stand out in Thier. She is a full elf, but she's been sort of trying to hide her distinct features. And as she's falling, she yells, "Inspiration!" and taps out a little reverie on her breastplate to everybody within range of her.
Boom. So you all get bardic inspiration.
Sweet.
So that means
Thank
you can add a D4 to one of your D4, yes, to one of your rolls on top of a skill check. So if you have a moment later and you're like, wow, this could use a little extra zhuzh, you all have bardic inspiration. Now, how are you going to stop yourself from plummeting to your doom?
May I use my bardish dexterity to look very elegantly, like parkouring down?
Yeah. You use a little bardic. Use some. That would be. You want to use acrobatics?
Yeah,
Okay.
acrobatics.
Otherwise known as
22.
bardic parkour.
How much?
Woo!
22.
22.
Oh God, it's amazing watching you come down this well.
Yeah, so you're bouncing between the sides of the well, and you go past Xanatos, and because you were inspired, you're able to actually get underneath with your legs now to help relieve some of the weight off of Freya, so that now Xanatos can brace himself. So now there's a bunch of you all kind of starfished in this well. Coming up, still falling now past, because now you guys are just this amalgam of humanity and elf, clogging the drain of this thing, and falling now is an elderly gentleman. An elderly gentleman falling to his doom, and we freeze on Charlie.
Charlie.
Yes, hello, I'm Charlie. You will know Charlie as you look at him. He's very tall, very thin, very distinguished looking. He's got a very calm expression on his face.
You're
And as he
describing Doug
falls-
Jones.
Oh yes, he's very, 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 very calm, and very kindly looking. Sort of wondering why is this lovely young in spirit gardener in the middle of this strange dungeon. He's got rubber boots on and long, lean legs and a little leather apron. And as he does, he just sort of snaps his fingers. And I'd like to know if the walls of this well are stone.
They are indeed.
Fantastic. I would like to mold the earth and just bring out a chunk of earth just beneath the lowest member of my party here. Something to stand on for all of us.
Okay. So what does it look like when you cast that mold earth spell?
So again, he's very efficient, very reserved. It's just a little snap of the finger and a little wiggle of the hips. You barely see it. And
While you're plummeting.
While I'm plummeting, he's very, very contained.
I love him.
There's no panic. It's very contained. And as he snaps his fingers and wiggles his hips just the littlest bit, a big chunk out of the side of the well slides out just underneath his feet. You can just feel it with your toes, Kel, and lightly drop onto it if you'd like.
I told you everything was going to be fine.
Well,
So you've now rested. You have a place to balance. Yeah.
Yes.
You have a place to balance on the well. But there's still one more of you that's still about to fall on top of all of you. And that is our dear friend Jean Delancey.
Oh, wait till you hear his background.
So excited.
As you're falling, we meet Jean Delancey.
Let me guess. His father was an oboe player. with the Philadelphia Symphony.
You would have to ask him. Both of his parents still live in the city. He visits them when he can. A non-tragic D&D backstory. How often does that happen? As you pan in on John Delancey, he is sliding down one side of this well. He hasn't figured it out yet, but he has a look that says he's going to. He's confident. He's got the charisma of confidence about him. So he's going to use his acrobatics, which I thought well enough ahead to have proficiency in.
Nice.
So my natural 12 plus 5 kicks him to 17.
Boom. So yeah, so you're also bouncing and you land. So now you guys are just, it's just this weird moment chance of humanity as you're all stacked on top of each other.
Nice reference.
All cut. You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
Cuts all night. They're free. And you've landed. Now, Kel, you're standing on this earth. People are balanced on top of you. Some of you are starfished in the wall, and above you, about 30 feet above you, is like a hand, giant hand, trying to get into this hole. Occasionally, you'll see this giant eye look into the hole, and it's yelling, and the whole room is rumbling.
Suddenly sympathize with the mouse that terrorized my mother.
When the tiny shoes are on the tiny other feet. The whole other story.
Hey, so listen, Kel is just not strong. That's not strength is not his strength, if you follow me. So verisimilitude requires me to find a way to remove myself from the bottom of this pile. I can no longer be a load-bearing pillar. I need to look over the edge of this ledge of earth and see what can I see as I look down over the edge. About how deep is it?
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. I'm going to roll perception with advantage thanks to Medley Rose, and that is going to be 10 plus, where are you, perception? I'm looking at the 14.
So with a 14, you see it goes down another 30 feet. But what you do see is like an iron, it almost looks like a sewer cover on the side of the wall. And then about 10 feet below that would be like an iron grating.
Okay.
So it looks like there's this sewer cover, but it's bigger. It's like a metal thing built into the side of this well, and then a grating a little below that, like 10 feet below that.
Freya.
Yeah. Yes, Cal. That is you, right, Cal?
That's me.
I forget. You're sometimes we're forgettable. I'm sorry.
I understand. Listen, I'm just gonna everything. You're doing great. I'm just gonna listen. You're gonna just need to get strong real quick.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna check out this sewer grate. I think it's how we're gonna get out of here.
So you're leaving me here. Is that what's going on?
I'm stepping out for a quick second. Yeah, I'll be right back. Just like Kel's dad.
You guys see this hand now? It's trying to dig into and get at you guys as a snack, like trying to get that last Pringle. Instead of turning it upside down, it's trying to get it from the bottom.
Surely there's something I can do to deter this giant.
You tell me.
Well, you tell me. I'm looking at my great axe. Is that too far away from him? I'm looking at
you could try and throw it.
My intimidation factor. Does that play here?
You want to try to intimidate the giant? I love this story. What do you want to do?
I was thinking I might use some. I was thinking I might use a little giant pentameter. Fi, fo, fum. As I throw my great axe, let's see what becomes of him.
Nice.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit with the big guy.
Roll the big guy and add your to hit bonus. That would be
11.
+5, I believe, on your Plus 5.
That's a 6. That's a 16. Now what happens?
That's a 16. Your axe goes zoop, 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 and it bounces off the hide of that giant and goes zoop, 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 zoop. I need you to duck out of the way of your own.
Hey, I got it. I got it.
Or try and catch it.
No. Okay, I got it. I'm stupid.
You want to try and catch it? Roll me a dexterity. Let's just do a straight dexterity roll. You have +0.
Same big dice.
Same big boy. Just roll it and give me the straight number. But you got rerolls.
I got it. I got 15 plus 3, 18.
Judas.
Okay.
No, I don't have.
No,
I
you
have no
zero
dexterity.
dexterity. Yeah.
I don't
So
rub it in.
15, right?
Okay, so I got 15.
So you catch the axe and you catch it just as it like stops just above Charlie's head below you.
Jonathan. Oh. Good
Charlie,
job.
I love you.
You see that this really did no damage to this giant, but it did do something.
What did it
Pissed
do?
him off. Boom.
Oh.
Boom.
I'm sorry,
He's hitting.
guys.
So now he's still a bit above us, though, right? He's sort of
He's above you guys. He's trying to dig in, and he's slamming the ground.
You know what? I think
you see a giant eye looking into the hole.
I
every
see
now
that
and again.
eyeball. I see that eyeball, and I think it's time for me to pull out my bow and give a grasping arrow, which will shoot. There'll be brambles and all. So I'm going to. That's what I'm going to do. All right.
So I love it. Your feet are braced against
That's
the sides
right.
of this wall, and you're going full Legolas on this
I'm like
thing
this.
as you're shooting above you.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. It's the Air Jordan silhouette, but with a bow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you have? We just cleared $5,000, people.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Woo,
37 minutes in.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. So do you have any advantages or anything donated by anybody? Deborah, advantage from Medley Rose.
I sure do. Medley Rose, you gave me an advantage, and I really need it because I am literally starfish with a longbow, and the giant is trying to eat my friend. So thank you so much. So I'm going to roll this one, right, for my longbow.
Roll it twice. Take the higher of the two.
All right, that was 3. 6. All right.
Reroll.
Yes, and I have a lovely reroll from Josh Haley. Thank you so much. I appreciate it because clearly I need your help. And that is an 8.
Reroll.
Do I have it rerolled?
Yeah, you got to reroll.
All right.
More?
I'm going to donate one of mine to you. I'm going to donate a reroll from Amanda because she gave me 2. Thank you, Amanda.
Yes, thank you, Amanda.
Dude, you got 4 from Josh Haley.
I got 4 for Josh Haley. Am I rolling the
Michelle
right
has
one?
7 total right now.
I'm rolling the right one, right? Because that's my longbow.
No, D20. You want to do your D20,
D20
for your attacks. Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
We're
So I'm
back.
gonna roll
Yeah, roll your
5.
D20.
What's going on? Oh, you know what? The oxygen is low down here.
It's very tight in this space and lots of carbon dioxide.
Yeah, I'm really
Very
looking forward to getting out of this cylinder.
I'm trying, honey. Here we go. All
I
right.
know. I believe in this whole arrow thing.
I got 11,
Yeah.
which is and that's with the 3 14. Is that 14? Should I go for that with
Do
the
your-
advantage?
Yeah, do your advantage because that was
Yeah,
what
roll
you
with
were supposed to
advantage.
use it on. Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
18, baby.
There you go. That's how you do it.
And that's which one is plus what again?
That would be your bow bonus.
My bow bonus, which was
It'll
It
say
should be in
plus
the
to
little
hit.
square at the bottom. It'd be your
Yes,
dexterity plus your
It's
proficiency.
probably 5.
2
Something
times
like that.
2 times 6 takes an extra.
So that would be your damage bonus. So it would be your dexterity bonus.
Sorry,
So it's your plus whatever and your proficiency.
my dexterity is plus 3.
Plus 2, so plus 5.
Plus
So
five.
18 plus 5, that's 23. This arrow goes.
Crit.
That's not a crit because it's not a
Damn it.
natural 20.
Damn it.
So it hits the eye. And tell me how the spell works. What is the magic of that arrow do?
Bramble.
I love
It's
this.
a grasping one. So this I will tell you. When this arrow strikes its target, conjuration magic creates grasping poisonous brambles which wrap around that target. So it's right up in that giant eyeball. The creature hit by the arrow takes on an extra 2d6 poisonous damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting.
Roll me all the damage.
All right. The damage, which I roll. This one?
The 8s, yeah.
Yeah, your D8.
The D8. D8. D8.
Plus, you get all those yummy bonuses.
Right. 5.
And then add everything you get to add, all that extra damage, all the poison damage, all the and then the slashing damage will happen at the beginning of his turn.
Oh, and it's 2 of those, right? So 5, right? I do 2 because it's 2D, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop it. 6, 12.
Oh, it's good.
12. And then what? 12, and then 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 damage. So you shoot this arrow. You're starfishing. You shoot that arrow. Thanks to all of those people that donated to make this moment possible. It's brought to you by Medley Rose and all of those people. So it's it hits its eye, its giant eye, like a splinter, and then all of these thorny vines start growing into, and then you hear this as this thing hits the eye and it's freaking out, and now it's like snot. It begins to tear, and the tears start dripping into the well on top of you. Giant tears are dripping on top of you.
Charlie takes a vial. Yeah. Charlie takes a vial out of his pouch. I'd like to collect some of that, a jar. Collect some giant tears, please.
Good job.
That's gotta be good for the garden. So I'm gonna,
right next to the writer's tears.
I appreciate that, Charlie. I feel that I may have gotten the giant really mad, you guys.
He's not happy. Jean Delancey, what are we doing?
So Jean is seeing this going on, and he's having himself a bit of a cry. You know, everyone. That's fine. Everyone needs to get it out every now and then. Unfortunately, John's not real great at helping people's feelings. So he's going to take one of these handy dandy little darts he's got, and he's going to throw it and try and aim up his nose.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he backed away. Now he's exposed a big giant nostril, which is beginning to snot because he's tearing. And so now we got giant snot. You want to get a sample of that too?
Some of that too, yes, please. Thank you very much.
So you got giant snot, giant tears all falling into this.
Separate bottle for the snot?
Well, it might be hard to separate. I think I'm going to collect them all in the one, and when I get home, I'll do the alchemy. Yeah.
We've been working on a centrifuge.
So roll to hit.
Ooh, that is a 7. I would like to use a reroll from Anonymous. Sorry, Anonymous. I don't have a more precise name for you.
It's actually
I think that's the point.
The organization.
That is a 17 plus 3 for a dirty 20.
For a dirty 20, yeah. That
dirty 20, that's what it's called.
And that is, so 1d4 plus 3 for a total of 5 damage.
Yeah, 5 damage. So now,
just right up his nose.
A watery eye, and a dart goes up his nose.
Oh no.
And he sneezes. I need you all to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Wow, I have 0 dexterity.
So roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20 here.
Nice.
22.
22.
Kel's got an 18.
7. I got 0. 7 plus 0. 7.
I got 15. I got 15.
So you got 15.
John has a 13.
Anybody below 15, you fall from the blast of this sneeze. You fall out of the group, and bam, you land on the grate that was below you all. Xanatos, you land for 1 point of bludgeoning damage as your half-orc body strikes against this metal grate. Clang! And
What does that mean, 1 point of bludgeoning damage?
You take 1 point of damage from your total hit point.
Oh,
So you had 32, you
you.
now have 31.
Copy you.
Mhm.
I'm
So
fine.
you got
I'll
your
be
bell
fine.
rung a tiny bit as you are now like one of your party members has fallen about 40 feet down, landed on this metal grate. Kel, you were going down to explore a little bit. And then I want to go to Zil. Zil, what are you doing? You're now covered in giant snot. And
Todd, I would have.
and you were braced. You fell too. You got
my end roll was 13.
So right.
13 plus my stat.
So you're landing right on top of our dear friend and you hit him, and his abs are so tight that you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Because Xanatos is so jacked.
It's so jacked.
It was harder to hit his belly than it would be to hit a metal grate.
Wow.
Classic Xanatos.
Classic
Classic Xanatos.
It's happened before. It's happened.
Yeah.
Clang.
Who among us hasn't taken bludgeoning damage from Xanatos in his abs?
Thank you. Thank you.
Not even my first time today.
So Zil, what are you doing?
Zil would like to just stand up. Is she coated in snot?
Well, Zil is sort of braced against the wall.
Braced against the wall.
Well, my mold earth gives us 5 foot square, so we've got a good solid
that's
ledge.
what Kel was standing on.
Right, but he's not there anymore, right?
So he's not there now. So do you drop down to that molded earth?
To go to.
Zil is going to look up at the giant, still there.
Giant is still there, sneezing on you, tearing on you, unhappy with you, very disappointed in your choices.
What is the range of the bodily fluid that's coming? Is it like a cone, or is it kind of like dripping down the wall? Is there a way?
It's like if I had a Pringles tube and I sneezed into it and cried into it.
Ooh.
That's a visual.
I think the only thing she can do is viciously mock the giant.
Nice.
As you do.
So what is she? Zil is a fancy kind of girl, but you know she's gonna be PG. PG. Why giant? She says in giant because she can speak giant. I've known geese with better manners than you.
Oh, burn!
Burn!
Oh,
right.
look.
Yeah. Remember
So
the
he's
magic
got to
bean?
He's got to roll a wisdom saving throw against the 13 to try and survive that nonsense. And he rolled a 9. So now, not only is he eye hurt and sneezy, he's rethinking some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's rethinking.
Wondering if he wants to be
choices
better
that-
off with the guy who came to get his liver.
He's not
liver?
happy.
For the pate.
The goose liver, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
The golden goose that the giant has. So he's now crying and just pounding on the earth, boom, 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 and the whole place is shaking. So now I want to cut back to Kel. What are you doing,
All
Kel?
I have made it to. I've climbed down to this grate now, according to movement and time. So Kel's climbed down, looks up, and observes all of this. All of these things that have come pouring out of the giant have not just knocked him off at all. He is not digging this. Kel does not like any of this at all. It's terrible. So it's starting to kind of like get down into his eyes. So he's gonna get down and like try to wipe it all away and crawl over and look at this grate and see how do I get this grate open.
So the grate is on the wall, right?
Yeah.
It's like a metal manhole cover. So you want to examine it. Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. I'm gonna spend
And be wary of your rerolls, folks.
I'm gonna spend an advantage from Army Mike as I do this investigation because my investigation bonus is not great. And that's gonna be a 16 on investigation.
Yeah, so as you're looking at this grate, which is just above you, but there's rocks there that you can kind of purchase on. You see it is just kind of embedded in the stone, and there is a seam like a sewer cover around it.
There's a seam,
and you notice, yeah. So like it's laid in, like if you were looking at a sewer cover on the ground, it's laid into place, and there's a seam around it. So it looks like it's removable from where you stand.
All right, I'm definitely not strong enough to pop that out. But I'm just gonna shout out. I'm just gonna holler out. Yo, what are you strong guys? Come down here and pop this off. I found us a way out.
Well, one of them's down there with you already, which is Xanatos, as well as Jean Delancey. I'm going to say it every time, by the way. Jean Delancey is down there with you, so you have two compatriots there alongside.
Excellent.
Would you like me to use my whip to tie around the grate and pull it free?
Well, there's no
drop it to the bottom.
It would.
Dude, it's a grate. You said it's a grate.
No, you're standing on a grate. This is like a manhole cover. It's like a metal seal.
Xanatos,
like
you're so strong. Use your strength. Just try to either
just pull it up.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
I got it.
So Kel goes, yo, Xanatos, put those big beautiful hands of yours on this disc deal and yank it off.
If I had a nickel. What about animal handling? No, that's from the goose. I'm thinking about the goose liver now. I got a lot of constitution. What do you recommend here, guys?
You got a lot of strength. You've got a battle axe that you could stick into it and try to pry it off. Yep.
I'm going in.
So I want you to use athletics with your D20. So use your athletics bonus, and if you have any rerolls, please use those. Ooh,
I got reroll 4. Is this a good time to use my auto? What about my auto crit from Charmingly Obnoxious?
Yeah,
I love it. Oh, you have an auto crit?
Dude, of course I do.
That means, so I have to write down all of my advantages and disadvantages, folks, because they're coming in fast and furious. So take a look at these.
There's a lot going on here. Oh, wow.
Frakes, you got a lot of rerolls, and Deborah, you got a lot of rerolls, and I have advantage from Medley Rose, thank you, and Anonymous, thank you, and then I have disadvantage from Jay, and then I've got a reroll from Mel the Honeybee. So you have an auto crit. So tell me how effortlessly you pry this thing off.
First of all, I'm going to save Kel, move him aside, put him in a safe place for this.
Thanks, buddy.
Right? Then I'm going to wrap just my fingernails, my long talon-like fingernails, around the outside of this what I thought was a grate, which now turns out to be a manhole cover.
It was like I said that earlier.
I know, it's my bad. I'm just learning the game. Be gentle with me. And then
it's my ship.
I grab I have the edge of the manhole cover in my mitts, if you will, and I think by pressing down on one side and then pulling from the other, I'll get just enough that I can get my little talons underneath there and get the whole thing. Now, can I drop it down the 30 feet and get it out of everybody's way?
Well, it's only it's like right below. You're standing on a grate. You're reaching up with your height and you're pulling this thing off.
What do I do with it? I got to get rid of it. No, I don't want to.
Are you pulling it off?
Yes, of course. I got it. I got it in my arm. Do you not see it in my arm?
I'm young. I'm young and impressionable. Don't yell at me. I'm a little boy.
I have the manhole cover that weighs about a ton in my arms. I'm looking for something to do. I don't want to hit Kel with it. I don't want to hit any of my friends, but I want to get rid of it.
Okay.
Maybe just
So
put
you
it
could
down.
put it. You could put
How
it.
about
I was like,
how about a disc, like a discus type of move?
I love this. So you're gonna wing it behind you.
That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm
But the
thinking.
giant.
amazing.
There's a giant, Phil. Giant.
It's a giant discus.
Right. So boy, Jonathan, you've got a lot of auto crits coming. One from Brian Ward, one from Charmingly Obnoxious. So put those in your bank. So you pop this thing off,
Got it.
and as you do it,
Yeah.
you feel wax break around the seal,
Ooh.
and there's a smell
Like
that hits
like
your
a
nose,
fancy
Charlie.
yogurt.
Yeah, Charlie, you hit the smell, and it sends a shiver down your spine as this, and the bards they smell this. All the magic users smell this, and it sends a shiver down your spine as you toss this thing to the side. Clang, 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 clang. And then there's this sound. It's like a and then from the tunnel, this black tendrils of smoke come pouring out of the side of this thing, wrapping itself around all of you, wrapping itself around, heading up towards the giant. Suddenly you are all swept up in this smoke tornado. And as you're spinning through this, I need you all to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Because as you're spinning in this, each one of you is immediately haunted by something from your past flashing through your heads. You're hearing echoes of pain. You're feeling a shiver. You're suddenly seeing the darkness and cosmos in front of you. You're spinning. The pain, it hits your hands, your feet, your ankles, your joints as you are lifted. You don't even see the walls anymore. What was all of your wisdom saving throw? If anybody got below a 10, let me know. Raise your hand if you rolled below a 10. Okay, you.
I want to shout out Chili Draws for my reroll. Thank you very much. Needed that, or I would have been pretty low. Thank you.
I threw a 20.
Oh, you got a crit.
You got a real crit. Yeah, dude.
Real.
You are
That's
too
it. I got a crit.
stupid to let anything from your past affect your present.
Yes.
You're so in the now. So, but you guys are all seeing images and flashes of things that have haunted you in your past. You're seeing creatures from the ether trying to reach towards you, but you manage to stave off the darkness as you are spinning in this ether, and then whoosh, you land in a forest, miles away from this well.
Ooh. Oh.
As you see the smoke drift off of you
Yes.
and into the sky. It shoots up into the sky and away from you. And you are all lying there on a forest bed beneath a canopy of trees on an overcast day, covered in giant snot and tears, looking at each other.
I do hear
We're
that.
going to take a little pause here
Oh,
to make
okay.
an appeal to the audience. Now's the time we're going to take a look and see what all the rerolls that we have and all the crits that we have. We're going to encourage you to go to the site and look at some of the items to bid on, or not to bid on, to donate for. There's some really sweet ones. If anybody anybody grab that private dungeon master game with me, I'm happy to do it. I'd like to give a shout out if somebody's grabbed that. We can do that now. But while you're all lying there, current total we're pushing close to $8,000. We're $340 away from $8,000. Amazing. The private game is still out there for who may want to buy it. $3,000. It is $500 a piece. I will do a 5-hour game for you and 5 of your friends. So a 6-person game for $3,000. Private Zoom game. I'm happy to run it. It would be a lot of fun. I've done this in the past, and we have a blast. So we just crossed $8,000.
That's
so
amazing.
that is
amazing. And since we take this cost, I'm I would love to say a shout out to all these fabulous people who's donated pre-rolls to me. Josh Haley ×2, Jazz, Tiny T 1070, photos by Vicky, FOD, and Dolina, Rojo, Rob Pivarnik, times 3 times. Thank you. Ravine Rune, Michelle Helberg, Anonymous. I love that. I like Endang. Yeah, you better be Endang. Nadia Wonder Dark. I have advantage from Medley Rose, who I just love. Don't know you, but I love you. Steph the Blacksmith and Rojo again. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Woo!
Woo!
So Maha, you've got some Masha, you've got some games. You've got some rerolls to announce out too.
Amazingly,
Yeah.
from Anonymous, Josh Halley, Andrew Monday, yes, Melanie Brooks, Oakland Keith. Thank you.
And Medley Rose gave you an advantage.
Yes, Medley Rose. We all love her.
Medley Rose is doing, and then Rob, you got some rerolls as well.
Yes, I used the reroll earlier from Anonymous. I got one from Ray066, another one from Nowie Fish, and an advantage from Medley Rose.
Woohoo!
Woo!
And I, Will, you've got a ton here. I'm gonna say I have a reroll from Mel the Honeybee. Thank you, Mel. Mel's an amazing artist. I've got advantage from Medley Rose, Anonymous, and disadvantage from Jay. Any other shout outs? Jonathan, you've got some people to thank.
Wow, Judy HW. I got Judy HW giving me rerolls. Strickland family. Maine Dufresne. Hopefully my friends from Maine. Anonymous. Nav's son. David, thank you very much. Ben, thank you very much. Ember, thank you very much. Crystal. The infamous Rachel McDonald, Russ, Joel, and advantages from Dion Goronsky, the Strickland family, the very generous Strickland family.
Lovely.
I'm pinned my head.
Imp in my head.
Or imp in my head. Again with the main Dufresne. Interesting. Medley Rose, very, very generous. And I got a disadvantage. I'm not sure what that is going to help me with.
It's not.
Not the dis part is.
No, I don't see anything there. Auto crit from Charmingly
crits.
Obnoxious, and which I played, and Brian Ward. And I thank you all.
You met Brian Ward at the premiere. He's a friend of mine.
I have for rerolls Kent Welter, which is a name I recognize, I think from other games I've run before. Petra, Late Frost 200, Grace Scarlet Quill 6, oh my gosh, and Lauren Irvin, who I played with every single week for the last 2 years on our live stream, which we just finished. Children of Verte. Lauren's incredible. And then advantages from Medley Rose and Tad, which I'm so excited to use.
Nice. Nice.
Well, we're going to
let's
take
hear
a
it.
half hour for you to read yours.
Oh man.
I know,
Okay,
well-
so look, these are just the ones that I've written down, and I know more of them since I wrote these down. So I've got rerolls from Amanda and Joel, Mabson, Nurse Sparky, Mr. Mosby, Kelly E gives me 4, Anonymous hooked me up, My Fair Army gave me 2, Thomas Valley gave me 2. I've got advantages from Rain, Thomas Valley. I think I wrote down Jess Hogan, and that's just what I have written down. I haven't been able to catch
Will.
up.
Will, you have
also
so
Catboy
many more.
1847, Myth
So
and
much more.
Gears, Misty, John Braden.
John.
I'm
Tankley.
scrolling back in this. Holy Moses. Good Lord.
You guys are
Okay,
being so
thank you.
generous.
So,
This is all going for
wow,
a good
you
cause.
guys, holy moly. Okay, yeah, I'm going to just
People
start
know you need
re-rolling
help.
everything. They really
They're
do.
just living
Yeah,
in
they
rerolls right
really
now.
know
do.
you need
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
You got
Need
Bionic
help.
Geek.
It's true.
We got to give a little shout out to Bionic Geek, made from the parts of lesser geeks. I love that. The Black
Kakari. Ducat. We love Ducat. Appreciate that. Lynn in Ohio. What's up, Lynn? Yeah, this is rad. Oh my God. And I've got all those advantages. I got advantages from Rain, Medley Rose. Medley Rose, you are really hooking us up tonight.
You are.
Yeah, this is awesome. I thank you. Apparently my reputation arrived before I did. Of course my reputation rolled better with initiative than I did. Of course it did.
Good. In the incentives, we have some Nerd Circus dice by Die Hard Dice. There's a couple signed bags with 2 beautiful metal dice that come with it. What? They're really chunky, and a sticker. And then there's other there's posters and things that you can bid on in the chat. And I think that is where we are at. So we are going to start checking off those re-rolls, which means pretty much re-rolling on almost every roll. So good luck. Doesn't mean you'll succeed. But here we go. So
in the forest.
You've landed in the forest.
I have two questions.
Please.
Did the sewer grate that was, I think, in the air at the time, and the giant come with us?
Oh,
Roll me a perception check.
oh dear.
I like this game.
That's a 12.
So with a 12, again, it was so confusing. You guys just went from this very confined space where you were all sort of stacked up on top of each other with this impending threat coming from above. And then you all just bore witness to just terrible pain and fear and creatures and cosmos as you were wrapped in this black smoke that transported you, but it just transported you. You don't see the giant anywhere. You don't see the metal grate anywhere. It's just you.
Now, you said there was a smell that preceded this windy smoke thing. I'd like, Charlie would like to use his my deep knowledge of the magical arts within nature. I'd like to see if I could identify a little bit of what this might have been. The magic being.
Roll me Arcana.
You got it. I have lots of rerolls. I'm going to use one right now from Kent Welter. 16.
So with a 16.
Oh wait, and I'm going to add my bardic inspiration.
There you
With
are.
another 2, 18.
So at 18, we're inching close to 10 grand, folks.
Thank you,
Yes.
Thank you.
With an 18, it's not something you've encountered a lot,
Okay.
but it was the distinct smell that accompanies the shade. Now, what you understand about magic, since this is druid craft and nature, the magic of fear, and especially practicing magicians, that magic came when dragon eggs were broken. And dragon eggs are a combination of the ether and the shade, sort of the light and the dark, creation and destruction. The smell that you smelled was distinctly shade magic.
Okay.
It was a release of ancient shade magic that came out of that space that was sealed behind that iron grate or that iron seal. So,
and can I get a sense of whether we've
please?
Do I get a sense of whether we've actually transported ourselves someplace else, like actually moved to another location, or whether this is in our minds, or is there any sense of like that? Are we physically in a new space?
That's a great question. What you felt in your understanding that you've never necessarily achieved before, but you moved through shade to another location.
Okay.
Wow.
You passed through the shade and reemerged in this forest.
So, Charlie, I'm going to turn to the rest of you and kind of go sniff the air and try to remember and say, friends, I don't think we are in Elmar anymore.
That was my question.
That's why
Are
we
we
have Charlie.
no longer in the halls of Elnar?
We're no longer in the halls of Elmar.
Oh.
Oh.
So Zarato stands up and goes, "That was my question." As he's
How did you
standing
have
in this
answered it,
forest.
young man?
What's that smell?
Senator just told you. She just told you.
Cal's gonna.
Very ancient magic. One that I have seldom come across in my tinkering.
Interesting.
Kel just grabs catches Freya's eye, and he says, "I told you we would get out."
I know, Cal.
Very,
Oh.
very confident.
All things
It was
very
considered, it is a relief for Jean, as he's, well, sadly he's in rather deep trouble across a fair portion of most of the city, all the way from the gates of McFadden to the Circus Marina. Seems he ran afoul of the Dorn Proclamation and Brent the Spine Ripper.
Oh. Wow.
Just, really, all he did was just point out to Patrick the steward that his mustache was a little silly. That's all he did. Nobles,
God, the
man.
lance,
What-
God, the lance is on fire.
Nobles, what are you gonna do?
Kel is relating to this. Kel is relating to this in a deeply uncomfortable way that he's really keeping to himself.
Oh.
So Kel, taking credit for this, saying, my plan worked perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Just as I planned it.
You're welcome.
Cal did tell me that we were going to get out. He did. I just.
Yeah. So you are all now in the forest. Not exactly sure where you are in the forest or what forest you're necessarily in. What are you doing?
Are we in any kind of clearing, or are we it's just thick trees everywhere? We you don't even know what.
I mean, there is you landed on soft ground, but these are tall. It is a forest primeval. There's a low fog.
Do we see any animals scurrying about or anything like any wildlife?
Roll me a perception.
Got it. It's an 18.
Oddly, no.
Ooh.
Not right now.
I'd like to. Do we hear? Are there any noises in this?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm going to do one of my rerolls. This one's going to be from. I want to say somebody's name. Jazz. I'm going to do for Jazz. Thanks, Jazz.
You broke 10 grand.
We just broke 10 grand.
Yeah.
10 grand. Woo! Guys are awesome. Awesome.
So awesome.
I got a 13.
You, with a 13, you cock your ear and you hear. As droplets are hitting the top canopy, and it sounds like rain is beginning to fall through the beginning of the leaves, and you are looking up at that fall, and a droplet hits your face, and as you pull away the water, it's red. And slowly you realize it is raining blood down upon you in this forest right now.
Oh, this is not sanitary.
No.
Kel immediately stands up, and for reasons that are entirely his own, he goes,
Oh God. So he's catching them like snowflakes.
No.
I'll take out a jar and collect some, please.
Yeah, I knew you were going to get some of this. You're going to be very busy in the lab.
Is inspired, so you get inspiration for your fluid collection.
Can I with my having worked a lot with animals and of different species and things, could I potentially identify what genus this blood might have come from?
So as you're looking and you're trying to analyze it, roll me investigation. Well, roll me nature. Roll me nature.
Love it. I'm gonna use a reroll from Petra. Thank you. Yeah, that'll do me better. That's gonna be a 23.
Okay, with a 23, you're like, something about this blood isn't quite from here. It's no creature that you've come across. The viscosity of it as you roll it in your fingertips, it's not a blood you're familiar with.
I'm used to more iron in the smell of the blood, more of the oxidation, and there's something about this that's it's mustier. It has it's very odd.
I don't know. It might have overnotes of shade, and right as that hits you, you start to see shadows falling towards you. Boom, blotting out the overcast sky as these shapes are now falling through the trees. Boom! One lands on you, Charlie, and it is a creature. Sam Whitwer just donated 4 rerolls for Johnny 2 takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Sam.
As this creature lands on you and begins to immediately start to attack you. And so now, boom, they are now landing around you. Boom, boom, boom. A bunch of these creatures start landing on you guys and around you guys. And they're like, they kind of look jellyfish-like, but also slightly octopus. And they're fast. And they're scurrying across the ground towards you. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Initiative.
Roll me a d20. Don't yell out your number. I will ask you all individually for your numbers.
I'm re-rolling Lake Frost 200. Thank you very much.
I am also
re-rolling for
Thank you,
Strickland
Nurse
family.
Sparky.
I have to
I'm re-rolling for
this
Maine
advantage.
Dufresne. I'm re-rolling for Anonymous. I'm re-rolling for Nav's son. Oh,
Wow.
man, I can't get
Are you not
right.
happy with these rolls? He's going to keep
Well,
rolling
they're
until he gets a crit.
I got
That's a
ones
money
and
of them, why not?
fours.
I had a
Ben,
disadvantage.
I'm re-rolling for
from
Ben.
Shay.
I'm gonna stay right there.
I think he's got Kel's dice. I'm just saying.
Well, you said you were slow, so
Yeah. Well,
I had
he's-
disadvantage from Jay, but then I got advantage from Mel the honeybee. So now that cancels each other out, which means I just have a roll. Oh, I got another advantage from Medley Rose. So take that, Jay. Oh, I critted! Ha ha!
Oh no.
No.
Oh, no.
bad stuff.
There's no living with him now. I got a 14. 14.
14. Charlie, what'd you get?
That is an 11.
11. Cal, what did you get?
16.
16. Freya, what did you get?
All in 20.
Ooh, dirty
Nice.
20. Jen, what did you get? Oh, Jean. Jean.
I got a 9 with a reroll from Ray 066.
So you got a what? Oh, you got a 9 total with the reroll.
Yeah.
And
It's just a
Zil,
reroll.
what did we get? Zil?
Zil.
Majda?
Majda?
I'm so sorry. I'm watching everybody, and I'm very amused. I got a dirty 20 because
You got
I
a
used
dirty
all my
33.
20.
A 33. So talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I have to assemble my initiative here.
All right. Hey, Kel, do you think we can make any money off of this this weird blood?
We're 100% putting this blood in a bag and taking it back and selling it to somebody.
Nice.
There's
Are we
some weirdo in town that wants that for sure.
Are we gonna
Charlie,
eat these,
Charlie, as you're having
creatures?
this conversation, sort of looks over at the bags. of blood. Interested.
Is there any
Yes, that-
Listen.
Are we gonna eat this squid? Do you think?
And it's, you know what? I think if you try it and you're okay, we'll all go for it.
I'm happy to try it for everybody, but because I'm very, very hungry.
I know you
And
are.
you don't want me to cross over into hangry.
That's right. Whenever I see
You know,
angry barbarians are not.
Well, wait. Before we start this, Todd, check the
Yes.
chat. I think you're going to want to announce something.
Oh, Rob Pivarnik just bought the private game, Rob. Thanks, Wil and Ann, for the 3,000 miles apart ice cream date. Thanks, Jonathan,
dude,
for singing
cool.
Happy
Thanks.
Birthday, Wil. Duet with me. Thanks, Michelle, for loving Robin Flanagan as much as I do. Thanks, Todd in advance for DMing a game. And thank you, Pablove. So we just sold my private DM game. Thank you very much. I look forward to rolling with you.
That's great.
We are at 13,861.74, which means we are now at $30,000, folks, with what Majda and Rob brought to the table before we even started. So we are more than halfway to our goal, and it's 620.
And it's 620. Wow.
That's incredible.
Fantastic.
That's
So
fantastic.
to celebrate this, if you're home, celebrate 420 if you'd like.
Just saying.
Because
Listen,
all
a
I'm saying.
blessed high holiday to all who are celebrating.
A blessed high holiday. So currently I'm thinking Majda and Rob and everybody for bringing us to $30,000 already. Can I just tell you all real quick before these squid creatures start eating my players? The last game that I did, the end of the game was $34,000 after the whole game. So you guys are gonna beat that personal best. I feel it in my bones.
In my bones. In my bones.
So thank you.
All. Thank you all.
Meanwhile,
let's cook up some of
little
this.
calamari are attacking. So these sort of purplish jellyfish squid creatures they're running across the thing. One of them landed on Charlie for and they critted Charlie. So that means you take 8 points of piercing plus 4 points acid damage as this tentacle slapped against your face. Because it critted, I do double damage. So you feel this thing grab onto you, and it burns as it cuts into your skin. It's not just a tentacle. There's little spines on it, little grippy spines, as this thing burns your skin.
Ow. Ow.
So
Charlie,
then one of them,
stoic Charlie just goes, but it's just a little, oh dear.
I can't not picture Doug Jones playing Charlie.
I'm totally. That's all I see. That's all I see now. That's all I see.
Yeah.
So there's literally a YouTube
seen,
gardener named that who's based on. So you can go find him.
So this thing is on you. One of them runs at Frey, leaps up at you like the face hugger in Alien. It's trying to get you, Freya.
Oh.
And thank goodness I have advantage from okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, that one hits. So that's 21. So that hits you for 4 points of piercing damage and 2 points of acid damage as this thing grabs onto you. Another one runs at you, Kel, and it because it was sort of it fell from a tree and then it skittered down a tree and then leapt at you. So it's going to. I have one other advantage I'm going to use. And Kel, you're fast. So you managed to dodge out of the way, even with my advantage. That thing leapt at you, and you ducked out of the way as it rolled across the ground, and it turns and it rights itself, and it wants to start coming at you again. Xanatos, 2 of them are running at you, trying to get you, but now I
grabbed
failure.
them and I ate them.
Yeah. So because I got a natural 1 on that, I'm gonna say you grabbed the first one that was attacking you, and you take a bite out of it. The second one, however, is gonna try and grab at you, and it also fails. It's because it sort of sees what you did, and then it kind of backs up for a second. One of them goes running against Jean Delancey. and it misses. Like Jean Delancey, just amazed that Xanatos is eating one of these things. You sort of duck out of the way, and the thing goes sailing past you, and then the last one is going after Zil, and also it lands on the ground. So by the time it rights itself, you see it sort of flipping over, and you manage to skitter out of the way. Now we are at the top of initiative. Zil, what are you doing?
Does anyone have prestidigitation? I'm still covered in snot, and now I'm covered in blood.
What a pretty
This might
sight.
be a little bit of an in joke for the D&D players. So Zil,
There's one that
Those
just
are-
landed right in front of you and is flipped over and is trying to come towards you.
can she pick it up?
You want to grab it?
Yes.
Well, actually,
Go,
yeah,
Zil.
why not? Actually, no.
And what do you want
yeah,
to do
well,
to it?
I'm vegetarian,
Eat
so
it.
I just want to like really. Can I feed it to Xanatos?
So you want to try and grab it and throw it to Xanatos.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
So roll to hit. This will be an unarmed strike.
All right.
Like a cheese puff.
Oh, yes. Well, that was a 7, but thankfully I have a reroll from Melanie Brooks. Oh, and that was a 5. So, Medley Rose.
So you
wanna
grab this
come?
thing, and you thought it was, you thought it would be easy to grab, but now you feel it has some strength, and the magic user in you feels all that weird shade energy. So now you're struggling with it. You wanted to whip it at Xanatos, but it's now like coming at your face, like with its weird jellyfish tentacle spines, and it's wanting to grab at you. Freya, what are we doing? There's one that's attacking you, Freya.
Well, there's one on me. I have second wind, which is if you have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. On my turn,
that's if once you've taken some damage, you sort of take that. You haven't taken. Oh yeah, you did just take.
I
You took some damage.
I took 6.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not worth it. Is it not worth it? Kel, what do you think?
It's your call. Do you want to kill this thing?
I do want to kill this thing. I do.
Then I would say I would volunteer. Maybe kill it.
I'm gonna try to kill it. I'm just gonna try to kill it because it's on my face, isn't it? On my.
Oh, it's grabbing at you. Yeah, it's like.
It's grabbing at me. So I
So
want to kill
rude.
it. I want to kill it. I want to. I have a. Well, it's on me, so I can't use my bow. I can't. I have a rapier.
Ooh.
I can try to like take my rapier.
Take
and
your rapier and try to pry it off.
That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get that sucker out so I can. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to roll.
I'd happily eat that right off your neck.
I'm trying to. I'm going to skewer it for you.
I would happily eat it right off of your neck right now.
I'm gonna. Oh, okay.
Pry it off. Roll to hit, Freya. And
It's
then
the acid
Xanatos,
that
you
gives it.
prepare your bite move. And then
It's the
you're on deck.
acid that gives it that
Copy.
umami, I feel.
Uh,
Heat,
17?
acid, salt,
17?
or whatever, right?
17 hits. Roll me the damage.
Call it the Grim Tusk special.
I'm going to say thank you to Tiny T 1070, and I'm gonna re-roll. 19.
Yes. So what's the damage on your rapier?
The damage on my that's right. Damage on my rapier is +5, so I'm at
1d, but it's a d8 plus 5.
8. Right, 1d8. Right. So I
Roll a d8.
Okay, roll a d8.
roll d8. That's the d8. Right. 6
Yeah. Plus 5?
plus 5.
So 11. Tell me how you kill this thing.
So it's on me, and I'm just like, and I know that I can see that Xanatos is kind of hungry and is enjoying it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take my rapier out. I get it there. It's a little awkward, but I get it there, and I just stab it right through its little thing, not onto me, goes right off me, and then I kind of flick it over to Xanatos. He's got his arms and mouth open, and right up in there.
Benihana.
You catch it like a polar bear.
Very Benihana.
Oh, I'm so excited for the little
Very
onion
Benihana.
volcano.
Very Benihana. Kel, you're up. You managed
All right.
to dodge out of the way of the one that was leaping at you.
So Kel dual wields his daggers, and he has them loaded Travis Bickle style in his on his forearms. So Kel sees this guy that's just dropped down and tried to get him. Since Freya's doing all right, Kel's going to throw these both into both of his hands and then jump down and do a double attack on this on this thing and attack him with two daggers.
Roll to hit.
So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and give myself advantage. Thank you, Jess Hogan. And that is going to be doesn't make me happy at all. I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration, and that's going to be +4. So that is that's to hit. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Woo! Yeah, you hit it. Now you hit. Roll me the damage.
All right, so this is going to be 2d4 plus 6 piercing. 6 plus 6, 12 piercing.
Tell me how you kill it.
The daggers pierce right through it. Just come right down through the center of it. Kel, though he's never seen it before, just his instincts tell him exactly where the vital organs are that keep these things alive. So he comes in and he manages to pop it out like fugu, right? Like he just pops out the acid glands, and then he pops out the acid gland with this knife and then spins it around on the top of this knife, and he goes, "Xanatos!" and flicks it off the knife for him to catch.
By the way, somebody on Instagram has already done Xanatos fan art.
That's great.
Fantastic.
That's inspiring.
Yes.
So as we follow this one flying through the air and Xanatos is opening his mouth to catch it, we cut to Xanatos. Xanatos, you're up. So you've sort of torn one out, and you've been eating a couple of them. There is one about to attack you. What are you doing?
I'm so full. It's like too much at the sushi bar already, and it keeps coming. Cut it off.
All you can eat.
Rage eating.
So it is.
What are we doing?
Just kill it.
He's coming at me. I gotta kill it. Do I kill it?
That's like on the ground. It's running at you. What do you want to do?
I should stab him with my dagger.
Sure.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you
Or
should.
your battle axe.
I wanna get.
Whatever.
I don't need to use my battle axe on this. How big is this thing? It's dagger friendly, right?
Not that big.
It's daggerlicious.
How much damage does your dagger do? How much damage does your dagger do?
I think
It's
my
probably
dagger does
D4 plus
5.
+5.
Oh, D4 plus 5. Okay, yeah, might as well.
D4. Okay, D4 is a little triangle, yeah?
Rerolls.
Here we go. D4.
Anonymous just donated $1,000. We're at 15 grand, folks.
Thanks, Anonymous.
We love you, Anonymous. Anonymous. Woo!
Anonymous. Nice. I'm going to re-roll.
Remember.
I'm going to thank Rachel McDonald for that re-roll. I don't like that either. I'm going to go down here to Russ. There we go. 4 on the. I'm on the D4, right? I got 4 plus 5. That's a 9. Now, what about this piercing business? 1d4 plus 3.
So 1d4 plus 3. So roll a d4.
Now, I got to get my d4 out again. Bam. 2 plus 3, 5.
So 5. So you stab this thing,
right?
And you pick it up off the ground, and you see its ichor and the blood dripping out of it. But it is doing this. You have heard it, but it's not dead. It's reaching for you off the tip of your dagger. So we're going to come back to that in a moment. Charlie, what are you doing? And Jean, you are on deck.
So Sean is very interested as it sort of creeps up the side of his face, and it's done so much damage to him that he sort of reaches into a pocket. He pulls out a little tiny sack. It looks like a little cobwebby sack, and as he rubs it between his fingers, tiny little spiders crawl out all over this thing. Just hundreds and hundreds of them begin to crawl all over and bite it in all of these distinct little places. And it will make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Wow.
Woo! All right.
Very cool. Wow.
He's very calm during all this. Very, very calm.
Does a 5 work?
It does not work. All right. I'm going to use a re-roll on that from Grace. Thank you very much. Here we are. Thank you, Grace. That'll be 6 points of poison damage, and it must move 5 feet in a random direction.
So,
which I will tell you.
As this thing, it just immediately, the technical term is, gets the willies. I'm speaking technically. I don't expect people to understand. It's scientific. It's science babble, but whatever. It gets the willies, and it just immediately leaps off of you as all of these spiders are just, and it crawls down you, and you're just like fascinated by nature.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And the thing crawls down you, and it hits the floor as all these spiders are going to town on it. John,
I take out a magnifying glass to get close enough.
You don't want to miss a trick.
Fascinating. To start sketching it.
You don't want to miss a thing. I only did enough to avoid royalties. So, Rob, Jean Delacy, what are we doing?
So I think the one that came after me missed his jump. I don't think he's actually on me. Is that correct?
He is not.
Okay. I'm gonna close the distance. Just draw my rapier in a very, very fancy slight flourish. Make it a Shades of Zorro. And for all that preparation, I'm just gonna walk up and stab it in whatever passes for its face.
Stab. Roll to hit.
Ooh, gonna re-roll that one. Ooh, even worse. That is a 7.
Yeah. So you got so caught up in the English that you were putting on the move and the sword that the thing had time to clock you and see what you were doing. And so as you came down to stab it on the ground, it just sort of went, and your blade just went right into the ground next to it. And then it turns. Right now, though, I want to take a moment to let everybody know that Talon and Claw donated this amazing, one-of-a-kind Dungeon Master screen made from Whiskey Barrel. It is now in the donation incentive. Donation incentive. It has magnetic backing on the back, so you can put up valuable documents. It has an initiative tracker on the top. It is one of a kind, donated by Talon and Claw. If you would like to own this very one, and it will be signed by the time it comes to you, it is in the incentives, and you can bid, you can donate to own this very screen, and it'll be shipped to you. So I just wanted to let y'all know that if you want it, you want your very own Whiskey Barrel, Talon and Claw, Legends of Eleanora, Zephyr Against the Mist, Dungeon Master screen. It is there for you.
Wow.
It is, yeah. So it is, now you can go and look, it's to see, and it's gone. It just sold.
And it's gone. And it's gone.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
you guys are so amazing.
And you can still smell the whiskey.
Amazing.
The one that just danced past you leaps again at you, and it's a critical failure. So and because it rolled a 1, it leaps at you, but it also runs into your blade as you're trying to pull it out of the ground. And it takes a few hit points of damage because it's dumb. So it runs into your blade as it's trying to get at you, and so it sort of staggers. So as it went to attack, it failed to hit you because it had a critical failure. Zill, you flinged the one that you attacked, so that one's gone. Freya, you got that one. Kel, you got that one. Xanatos, there's one struggling on your blade, and it is it's trying to get at you because it sees you eating its friends, and it actually gets you.
Oh,
well, it's like Gooey Duck. The objective is to slap it to make sure it's still alive as you put it in your mouth.
So as you were going to put it in your mouth, it slaps one of its tentacles on the side of your face, and you take 4 piercing damage and 2 acid damage. So 6 points of damage total. Take that off of your list there. As this thing slaps you in your face because you were playing with your food and your food played back.
Okay, so that's 6 off of
Charlie?
31.
Charlie, the one that you were engaged with,
we
is
don't
on the
play with
ground
our
being
food.
eaten by spiders.
Yeah, it's on the
Are they?
ground being eaten.
I'm choking on almonds.
Here, take a moment. Take a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take what you need.
There's literally only one left, and that is attacking Jean, which brings us back to Zil.
Little water. Little water.
So
There
I
we
will
go.
viciously mock the one that is attacking my party member. You look like calamari.
Oh, sick!
One of my favorite
So
actors.
it has to roll a wisdom saving throw. It actually passed.
Wow.
I'm dying.
Well, let me
But it
see
actually
about a
passed it.
bonus
So does it
action
take half
here.
damage? Does it take
Doesn't-
half?
How's that almond?
I'm so sorry, Todd. I'm so sorry. Take a moment. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
It feels like you're
More
turning
of
you're
this.
turning it in. You're turning it into almond milk.
The moral of
No,
the story,
it's
kids, is
jellyfish for my
only
last
eat
reroll.
candy.
Zil, you did it. That was a good one, by the way. That was a good one. You landed it.
Did you? Does it take half damage?
It does not seem to take half damage, no.
Okay. Apparently, it doesn't speak your language, so
And I say
it
to
was
it,
unable to comprehend. It was unable to comprehend the sick burn.
Oh,
That's
So, Freya, you are up.
so. Since I killed him and sent it over there to my buddy Xanatus to eat.
Yeah.
Maybe I might want to help out Zil because that one didn't take that damage, right? It's still near you. Is that right?
it's
There's
on our
one that's
friend.
climbing towards Jean Delancey, and there's one actually on the dagger still in play.
There's one climbing towards John Delancey and one on a dagger that's still in play. Oh, because the one
The one climbing towards Jean Delancey damaged itself on his blade.
that's
Because
right.
it was
That's right.
dopey.
But Xanatus, he has one that's still alive on the dagger. Okay.
no, I ate that. I got that one.
Did you get?
Oh, he got me.
No, he did. Yeah,
He got you.
got a little tentacle
Yeah.
right there. Well, I'm not gonna stand by and let that happen. So I'm gonna walk over there with my rapier and I'm gonna slice it off of him and kill it.
Oh.
And I paid attention to Kel because Kel knew exactly where the vital organs were. Because I always, even though sometimes I forget his name, I always watch his actions. So Kel always
You'll
knows.
never forget who did it, but you'll remember what they did.
That's exactly right. So I'm going to go and help my friend. I'm going to get that thing off of you.
Rolled a hit.
You are a friend. You've always been a friend.
Always, always. Josh Haley gave me 2 re-rolls and I used one, so I'm going to use the other one. So thank you, Josh. 14.
14 hits, rolls the damage. D8 plus your attack bonus.
Oh, there it is. Oops. Whoa, that's going to be a re-roll. Photos by Vicky. I'd love to see your photos, Vicky. I'm going to thank you for my.
Rerolls by Vicky.
I know, 7.
Tell me how you kill it.
I just walk over and Xanatos has got it. He's definitely trying to get that off it. I say, just stand still, and like I say, Kel, is this the vital organ that'll sever this little monster's life?
Sure is.
I'm going for it, and I take my little rapier and I go, just like that, sweet and just.
Oh.
Now it is the freshest of sushi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So now, Kel, there's one left that's crawling up towards Jean Delancey.
Kel is going to just go right for that. Go right after it with a double weapon attack, and because it is in it's in a thingy with Jean Delancey, he gets to do an extra 2d6 if he hits. So we're going to go ahead and roll to hit. And thank you, Amanda, for that re-roll. You're amazing. That's better. So that's going to be a 17 to hit. And okay, fantastic. So let me just
It already took damage because it stupidly went after its own, after a blade. So
I'm just going to grab a big old pile of dice here and see how much damage we do. So that's going to be oh, sweet. I did max damage with my daggers. So that's 14 piercing with the daggers, and then plus an additional 5 from the sneak attack. So that's 19 damage to this delightful little fellow.
So welcome to
what happens, Dungeon Master?
Welcome to Overkill with your host, Cal. Tell me how you kill it.
Cal comes down on this thing, and because he's managed to see where these vital organs are, and because when it ran up at Jean Delancey, it managed to actually hit the sword, and it kind of like spin itself sideways on the sword. So Cal just comes down. And Freya, you've seen this happen once before. I'm not sure if you remember, but those daggers come down so fast that this creature turns into sort of just like a mist of just like viscera and poison glands and bits of stuff. And you can't even tell where all the giant snot and whatever the goo from this thing begin and end on Kel's hands.
Oh dear. He's very fast.
So now we fall out of initiative. The ground is littered with viscera, and you are all standing there exhausted, covered in snot and tears and blood and squid. And that is where we're going to take our first break and announce that we are at $17,736. We have already made more than we made last time. We've got 16,000 to go for the rest of the game. No, I take that back. We're at $18,036. Now, while we take the break, we are going to put our tanks on empty and then refill our beverages and come back and play more of this game. I want you to go look at the initiatives. I want you to go and look at some of the fun stuff that we are offering, maybe refill everybody's re-rolls while we're here. So let's take 5, try to keep it under 10, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Sounds good.
Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Wei, and I'm a mother of a child with cancer. Pablove is an amazing foundation. I cannot speak more to you about how amazing this foundation has been to Simone, but also to us as a family. It has totally brought her out of her shell, and it made her a little bit more resilient. She has found a wonderful community among the students that attended, and I myself feel like I've just become part of the Pablove family.
I was diagnosed with leukemia on my 8th birthday. The worst part about cancer is, I think, what you have to deal with, like treatment-wise, and like the side effects of that. I know like something like that happened to me was I had a code blue, I think. And so I couldn't like breathe or anything. And so that was really scary because in that moment, you don't know what's going to happen next. Cancer has impacted my life by how I'm able to now like receive things, or like how am I able to like perceive the world. So like now I'm able to like fully acknowledge like who I am as a person and how I've grown from that. I've always been like in love with photography. So being able to express myself and express like my daily life. I heard about Pablove shutterbugs from my mom. I remember she mentioned it to me once, and I was just really excited that I was able to do photography. So Pablove shutterbugs is a program where cancer kids like me, like who have gone through cancer or currently going through cancer, are able to express themselves through like taking photos and photography.
Pablove to me is love and hope. I would highly recommend the Pablove Foundation and the Shutterbug program to any family and any kids who's going through cancer treatments or who are recovering from cancer treatment. It's a wonderful foundation that gives the kids hopes, and it enlightens them, and it gives them space to express who they are. Pick Pablove Foundation, and because they are not only giving this program with the Shutterbug, but they're also providing research, cancer research for pediatric cancer. I think hopefully, and it's my hope that in the near future that pediatric cancer becomes a thing of the past, and the Pablove Foundation is pushing that forward.
We are back! Woohoo! So maybe you're joining us for the first time because you just saw one of us tweet about it and you logged on to this insanity that we are bringing to your screens here. I want to say right now we're less than $200 away from hitting $20,000 in this game. We are inching our way towards a $50,000 goal for today. I want to talk about a couple of the incentives that are available currently in the donation area. One is a dice cup, a leather dice cup that was made for me. That it's a Captain Shaw dice cup. On the bottom it says, "Yeah, I had a weird week," or "We had a weird week," and I've signed it. You can see that that was made for me by a Star Trek fan, and she said, "Here, use this." Her name's Treen. She said, "Use this for one of your charity events." She gave it to me on the cruise. So that so I signed it. It is currently, there are pictures of it. You can actually own that for yourself. That is in the donation link. Also, Wil and I had the illustrious honor of doing a staged reading of Spock's brain on the cruise.
So great.
Which is probably one of the worst episodes of the original series. And Wil was in it as Bones. I got the honor of playing Kirk. I got to say Captain Schlog. So I was very excited about that. But there was a signed script from that event. The signatures on that script are Wil, myself, Denise, Picardo, Armin. There's a bunch of
and
Nana.
I don't know if Nana got to sign it because she directed. I don't know if she signed this one. We have hit $20,000 and the dice cup is gone. So,
Yeah.
the script is out there. The script is out there to be bought. There's a bunch of signatures that should be listed in the description. Oh, Connor signed it. There's a bunch of us Star Trek knuckleheads that signed it. It's a copy of Spock's brain. So it will be lovely fireside reading for the deep cut Star Trek nerd with all of our. Oh, Picardo signed it. Doug Jones signed it. It's Kitty signed it. There's a lot of lovely people that signed the script. It is there for the bidding and for you. So we've crossed $20,000, which means we are at $36,000. We have 16. We have 14 grand to go before the end, but we have more things to offer up. So stay tuned. Please keep those re-rolls coming, and I'm going to bring you up to speed. Yeah.
Todd,
1 second.
speaking of those re-rolls, something beautiful happened while we took that few moments. I've just looked into the chats and I see that I have a whole bunch of new re-rolls, and I'd like to say thank you to Min Flan Mike for 4 re-rolls. Yeah. Todd Kumbau, Marushka, my friend, my love. Nav_Sun, Loki the Banana, Liz and Jazz, L4L, Breathe Smart, always a good idea. Spiretta, Elia of Glitz House, ooh, right. Boys, Jerry Johnson Art, Nathan, Security Dan, 2 times, thank you, and Chili Jack. And okay, a disadvantage by James, but whatever. I still like you. Whatever. No, but thank you guys so much. Thank you.
No
thank
bad rolls, only good
bad
stories.
rolls. That's
Good
great.
story. Yeah, I'd like to do the same. I've got Girls in Chicago, YK Lee, Anonymous, Reshoots guys. This is Willow Hayward, VA Witch Sabrina, and then an advantage from Dinah. Thank you all so much. I can't wait.
I want to read off my re-rolls, but before I do, I want to recommend to all of you out there. They've referenced Doug Jones 3 or 4 times today, who we all know.
Go check him out.
If you really want to enjoy Doug Jones, go to the last week's Ready Room and witness Wil Wheaton learning to do Saru's walk.
Oh my God.
All I got to tell you, it's very special. My very thanks, my very big thanks, my very great thanks, J&B, Bailey Dutter for Outlaw Lotus for 3 Jane, Brian Marshall,
You got 3
Sean
re-rolls from them.
How about Sean Witwer, though? Sam Witwer. I heard he's a lovely American actor. He gave me 4 re-rolls. Ace
Nice.
Pride, James Milholland, Librarian for Ants. Awkward pause. Gungargra, Mr. Mosby. Tutor, SCHTOUTER, Tutor. Dark Knight 42, thank you.
Good. You sound like a
Martha
giant
Wise. Donna.
sneezing.
You do.
And who's going to collect the snot? You know who. Sweet Deborah. Marshall Hyde, Donna and the Haywards, Don, Master CJG, and an advantage from Sean Young, Thomas B., and Hawkster. Thank you very much, you guys.
Is that Sean Young from Blade Runner?
That's what I'm thinking.
One wonders.
The only
Oh,
Sean Young
that's
that
what's
exists
living in my
the world.
head.
Yeah.
Sean
Really?
Young is glued to our Twitch stream
Right here,
now.
you guys. Sean Young is
By the way, not just Sean Young, but Sean Young specifically from Blade Runner.
For Blade Runner.
Yeah.
In full regalia.
It's a tiny little bit of fan service for me.
Or she's dressed as Catwoman. Deep cut.
Wow.
You're welcome, Will. That was just for you. I have some people to. So Maya rhymes with Leia. 3 re-rolls from Maya, 1 from Ben, 1 from Crystal. Advantage from Mrs. Loafbot, Tom, and Tia Blind Bat Jenkins, and Andy Connolly. And I got disadvantage from Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Hey,
I
Will.
have, so I've got advantage from Addison, Jeff X, and Beth. What's up, Beth? And I have a disadvantage from Doug in Texas. I'm very excited to experience this advantage because I've never rolled badly in my life before, so that's going to be fun. And I got
No bad rolls, only good stories.
I got rerolls from Dabson, Laura Beal, Grace DeVries, Mark Sickles, Shaw was right, John Braden, Brett Smart, and Sheldon. Oh, and Kathleen M is in there too. Thanks, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! Thank you, guys. Thank you. And how much did you say, Toddy, how much did you say we're away from our goal?
We are currently at 20,524 just in this game alone from the people watching. So we combine that with our generous players at the table tonight, and that puts us at $37,000.
Oh my goodness!
That means we are 13 grand away from our target goal of $50,000 tonight. So
and Todd, again, if we get to 50,000, what does that do?
That funds an entire grant for the Pablove Foundation. It helps the kids with the Shutterbug program, and it funds a grant for the cutting edge research that is going on to help these kids and their families.
Beautiful. We got this, you guys. We got this.
We can do it. We can do it. Let's go.
Meanwhile,
Bring it on, Dungeon Master.
So, when we last left our heroes, they were covered in blood and snot and tears of a giant as they had been transported from the halls of Elmar through shade magic into the middle of a forest, which then rained down squiddish type jellyfish face hugger creatures in a storm of blood, of which they vanquished all of them. So they are now standing there. Our friend Xanatos is chewing on some of the calamari, and they're covered in blood. While they're standing there, the quiet of the forest, and Charlie had asked earlier, were there any sounds of animals? And at that moment, before the rain of squids, there was not. But then suddenly, the flutter of wings and the caw of crows come to dine on the viscera of the squid. But most notably, as all these crows are picking on the dead of the squid, two crows stand out. And one, some may remember from our last stream, is a white crow with a black feather, and a black crow with a white feather, and they're all dining on this. But moving among the dead and among this forest floor now filled with crows, you see a spectral form moving towards you all. And it is taking the shape slightly as it is coming into focus, as it shimmers and moves through this, of a woman with blonde hair, a very strong looking woman dressed in, as it comes in and out of focus, it looks as if she has plated armor, but then the rest of her vanishes into mist as she moves through the dead squids. And the white crow and the black crow look up to her, and they start looking at you all. Caw, 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 caw. And they're now hopping alongside her as she makes her way to you. Her face, hollowed out eyes, her mouth an endless hole of death. But you're not afraid. She is not giving off this fear, just giving this vision from another realm, this vision from the grave as she stands in front of you and looks at you, and she opens her mouth, and just this sort of sound is, and she's unable to communicate through the veil, but the crows are listening, and they're cocking their heads, and they begin to caw, and then they cock their heads towards you, Charlie.
Oh, yes. Charlie puts up one hand and goes, "Oh, don't worry, just a moment," and just sort of closes his eyes, trushes his temples, and he goes, la la la, and I'm going to speak with animals. Thank you very much. And I would like to say to them, "Welcome. You are quite astonishing in your plumage. Who is this lady, and what does she wish to say to us?"
Oh, thank goodness you can understand me. It's great.
Oh,
well, and the black one goes, "We are the speakers for the dead." And the other one goes, "What? That's not dramatic, wouldn't you say?" "But don't chastise me. I'm in the middle of my introduction." "That's great. Well, we're here to... Apparently, this woman is unable to speak to you, but we understand what she's saying, and you understand what we're saying. So it feels like we're onto something, yeah?"
Yes. I think we can telephone. If that was a thing that existed, I've made it up in this moment. Apologies. We'll do a chain of interpretation. Her to you, to me, to my friends.
I love where this is going. And so the black
fellow countryman.
My name is Rosencrantz. And then the white crow goes, "No, I'm Christopher. And pleasure to make your acquaintance." Occasionally they'll peck down and grab a little bit of squid and swallow it back. This woman, she says her name is Stepha Wills.
Stepha Wills.
And apparently, this part I don't like, just tell him what she said. I don't want to. Just tell him. Well, apparently you unearthed a 500-year-old evil.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oops.
Didn't mean to do that.
And she seems terribly, and she's just like, and she's trying to talk to you.
I just hold up a finger to my friends. One moment, please. I'm getting to it.
Yeah, because all they see is
just a moment. I'll be right back with you.
This spirit standing between them.
Yeah.
Just yawning at the void. Apparently, you've unearthed this millennia-old evil, and she had put an end to it at one point, but it seems like you're going to have to do it now because she can't really grasp things with her ghost. Look, ghost is not our first language, so it's a bit broken. She either said jam on her toes or her bloodline is in danger.
Got it. Can she tell us how she stopped this evil way back in the day?
So they cock their heads up to this spirit, and they're looking at this spirit. What Steffa says, and again, it's an old dialect, so we don't quite understand it. But Steffa says the Zephyr can stop the mist. The Zephyr can stop the mist, and she'll help us get to it. But if you don't stop the mist, it will kill her bloodline.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
It's not good. Nothing about this conversation is making us happy.
No, me neither. Not at all. I'd like to really quick just check, I don't know if I can incite a bird or not, but just make sure that, like, I feel like they're translating accurately, or they're not, misleading me in any way.
What do you want to roll to do that? Investigation or insight? Insight.
I think it's an insight, and maybe because I know animals, I can
you do.
sense that.
You do.
Okay,
so I would say use maybe one of your advantages.
Yes, probably. I'm going to advantage here from Medley Rose. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to re-roll.
The script is gone, by the way. The script has sold.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
All right. That is a 19 insight.
Yeah, with a 19, you have never met more honest crows in your life.
Again, Charlie is very, very stoic, but a little rim of tears. A little rim of tears comes up. He goes, I just want to tell you how honored I am to meet you, make your acquaintance.
Stop it, don't.
I'm going to pull out I've got a little bird seed in my pouch that I'd like to hold out on my hand to offer to them. Let me talk with my friends. But we will do this.
Rosencrantz hops over. He vomits up the squid, and he just starts pecking at the bird seed in your hand.
Yes. A little amuse-bouche, a little palate cleanser between courses for you.
Charlie, what's going on?
So I'll turn away. All right. I think I know what's going on. This is Steffa. Hello, Steffa. Yes, So she's quite aggrieved. Apparently her bloodline is in terrible danger. You see, we have unwittingly awakened an ancient evil.
No.
Our fault.
That was Cal. That was Cal.
Yes.
My bad.
That was his plan.
Technically, it was Xanatos.
Whoa!
But we can remedy it. We can fix it. The Zephyr, she said, can stop it. It'll stop the mist, and she will help us get to it. I will ask her what the Zephyr is and how to do that next. But it looks like we have a plan. Are you with me? Do you want to go for the Zephyr? Stop it all?
We got you, Charlie. We got your back.
Fantastic. Together we will grow as one into a magnificent, stronger. Our parts will be. What is it? The one will be stronger than our parts. Right. So I'll turn back to my crow friends and say, okay, this Zephyr that can stop it. Can she give us what is this? What is this? What exactly are we looking for? How should we go about it?
She says it is a weapon of mighty power forged by my hands.
Okay.
And it is in Dark Down Bog.
Ooh, Dark Down Bog. All right, and you'll help us get there.
And then she nods, and then and she's having trouble staying sort of in focus. Like it's taking effort for her to remain in this plane.
Ooh, corporal.
And then all she
Uncorporal.
says, yes, corporal, incorporal, yes. So she is fading in and out. And the last thing you see before she fades out is she says, move through the black star, stop the mist. And that, like, she says, move through the black star, stop the mist. I wanted to finish this sentence, but you were taking too long. Move through the black star, stop the mist. And then she dissipates.
Okay.
But the crows now are with you.
Okay.
Got it. I just want to say your dialect is impressive. Am I getting it right? Am I anywhere close?
You know what? Beggars can't be choosers.
Okay. Well, I'll work on it. I promise. I mean no offense.
I mean, you sound like a crow from the north. I'll be honest.
All right.
It's okay. I understand you.
You got
Okay.
it. All right. Good. Fantastic. All right.
These
All right.
crows sound a lot like Marina Sirtis, don't they?
I was just going to say.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Can I tell you something? Are you from born within the sound of the bells?
You say, can I
Can I
tell you
say
something?
something?
Can I say something? All right. So, the crows are going to stay and help us, I think, find. We're going to go down in the dark bog.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I love.
Down Bog.
Dark down
And you
bog.
guys-
Oh, thank you.
And you guys actually know, you've heard of Dark Down Bog. It is a place in Fear. It is on the outskirts of the Black Nor Forest, which you believe you have landed somewhere in. And so you're not far from it. You taking off,
And,
Jonathan?
Oh, he's gone.
You taking
And
off?
the Zephyr is a weapon, and then we're meant to move through the Black Star.
Where is the Zephyr?
It's in this dark down bog.
Do we know what the shape of it is? Do we know, like, what is it?
She said a weapon, a great weapon.
It's just a great weapon. Okay.
Yes. Okay. We'll have
So
when
the
we
crows
find it,
look
we'll
to
know.
you, and they're waiting. They're like, TikTok, you know, what we're doing.
TikTok.
But we know. I mean, would we? So you say we're aware of this dark down bog. I'm good in the woods. I could try to detect if I have
Also,
a sense of where we are in terrain.
Xanatos has an Outlander
Yeah.
background.
Oh, great.
So, so roll me survival. Do you have any advantages from some lovely people?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking to me? I have.
You know
an
another
advantage.
Xanatos about?
Sean, didn't Sean Young, Sean Young.
Sean
Sean
Young.
Young from Blade Runner.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me what to roll.
So you would roll a d20 twice and add your survival bonus.
10 and 13, 23. My survival. Where is that?
No, you wouldn't add them together. So you take the 13 and then look
Right.
in your skills on the left-hand side under survival and add that.
It's like it's at the bottom of that.
The one with the 0 next to it?
Yeah.
Is it a 0? So your
It is
survival is a
wisdom-based.
0? But with a 13, you immediately sort of take stock and look around the woods, and you sort of get a sense of it. But you also, at the same time, see the crows sort of head off in a direction, and you try to play it off like you knew where you were going.
Exactly.
And you're like,
Exactly. I use my charisma instead of my -1 intelligence and 0 wisdom to follow the crows, if you get to know my drift, and act as if I was, in fact, a crow.
yes, yes.
Now,
You go into crow mode.
And as a former Cro-Magnon barbarian, relative to the original crows,
Wow.
I decide to drop these crows a sparkly object because I've heard from the previous crows who I've encountered that they dig pieces of silver, a little bit of aluminum foil, a little gift.
A little gift.
So I hulk across.
So you give them a little bribe.
I give them a little something and hoping that they'll give me something in return.
I love it. So that's inspired. So take a point of inspiration, which means later on, if you want to do something really wacky, you tell me and you go, I'm spending my inspiration.
Nice.
And we'll figure out how we use that going forward. Because I think several people here have inspiration. I do inspiration. If you want to do something super cinematic, it's your Hail Mary, it's your big moment. Let me know, and that's how we'll spend our inspiration. So you hold up the shiny, and immediately the white crow jumps to your shoulder, and then turns his head like a compass point. In the direction that he's sort of telling you to go. While he's sort of admiring the shiny that you gave him.
And looking for a shiny to return.
Yes. So you guys head off in the direction that Xanatos and the crow are leading you. And the little black crow with the white feather is kind of hopping behind.
Where's my shiny? He says.
To keep up, yeah. He said, all you hear is caw, 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 and then Charlie hears like, "Where's my shiny? I want something." So you guys are now heading off, and you travel for maybe an hour, and the crow keeps kind of adjusting its head like a compass point to steer you in the direction, and occasionally the black crow is flying ahead of you in through the forest and sort of weaving through the trees. And as you're moving, you start to notice the ground gets a little mushier. Ooh. You start to see less sort of birch, and you start seeing more cypress.
As we walk, I'd like to just inquire with each of my party members, is anyone feeling a little worse for the wear?
See, I was the only one smart enough to eat.
That's true. Just I don't have to do anything now, but if anyone here would like a little extra pep in their step,
I'm a little peppish. I could be a little.
Yes, would you like? All right, I walk on over to Freya and I just tap her on the shoulder and I say, "Oh, it'll be all right, my friend." Tap tap, and you are going to get back. That's pretty good. 6 hit points.
Oh, I'm back all full health. Thank you.
You feel that healing energy course through you as you feel the stings heal up on your face.
Anyone else for a tipple? No?
Thank you, Charlie.
If you don't mind, I may have broken my nose on Xanatos.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely.
On Xanatos' abs.
Tap you on the shoulder. Cheerio, old chap. Tap, tap. And you can take... Oh, that's very good. 7 points back.
Nice.
And can... okay, fantastic. Wonderful. That's it.
Thank you, Charlie.
You're welcome.
You move through the forest. The sun is starting to go down, and the moisture in the air thickens. You start to see fireflies are coming out. You smell the petrichor and the earth. The mushrooms start to take over a lot of the moss on the ground. The air becomes denser and thicker as you move through. We are now at $21,709,000. People, keep it coming. So now you're moving through, and you're following the crows, and the crows are obviously able to. They're following something that you all can't see.
Right.
They have that like cats. They can see through the veil, and they're following something preternatural as you move through, and now you're starting to hear the peepers, the frogs. You've clearly moved into the wetlands out of the forest. You're feeling the moisture around you, and the foliage dense, and you're smelling the rot of wood. But it's not a bad smell. It's not acrid. It's just that wonderful swamp smell as you're moving through the wetlands, making your way through, and then boom, boom, boom. You see perched on a tree. Rosencrantz, the black crow, perches on the tree. I just got a re-roll from Tabby, Dion, Goronsky, and Jenny M. Ooh, I'm going to use these because I know what's coming up.
Jonathan, you got some
Jonathan, you just got a buttload. So
wow, Heather.
Heather,
let me
write that stuff down.
All about it.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Sherry, Ali Otter 50, Zadi, or Zadie, my sweet Zadie, Son Larson, Riff, Kleiners, Dr. Taddeo, I am Jason 1800, Purple Swirl, aka Michelle Leon, Z, the Basement Druid, L4L, Jace, the Squirrel King, and of course, David, husband of Wiffle. Thank you, Todd. Wait a minute. Auto crit from Pablove Tina. I'll be using that.
Yay.
And Michelle, you just got a bunch, and Will, you just got a bunch.
Yeah, we all got, okay.
I sure
and
did.
Deborah, you just got a bunch.
I know, here we
They
go.
just loaded us all back up.
Me and Coffee
is
too,
great.
Petra again, Candace S, Bunny Kaiju, Pierogi Addict, Wife of David, Seeger, Jay, Ashley, Fredo, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, you're gonna do so well.
Go for it, Will.
Goodness, this list is really long because y'all are amazing. I got rerolls from Shady Sadie, Steph the Blacksmith, 2 from Anonymous, 2 from Blue Gem 81, Matthew L. LeBlanc, Camo Flynn, Mike, Karen DJ, Western Duchess, and Perry Schultens. Thank you.
Ooh, and I got some new ones here. I got Don Lorenzen, Alex Anonymous, who we love Anonymous. Just
Love Anonymous.
Riff, USS Safi Discord, yay, my ladies, my family, my friends, all of them. Aris, Kylie, Rain ×2. Thank you, and an advantage from, once again, Anonymous, who we love. Auto crit from Steph the Blacksmith. I may have to call you this, Blacksmith. I need some work somewhere. So.
Majda got some goodies.
Yeah.
I have an accumulation. I had before the new ones. I had from Eva, rerolls from Eva, Ron, Grace DeVries, Jean-Luc and Riker ×4. Jessica,
Whoa!
I know. Wow. I'm feeling that love. Jessica Danger, Matthew M, Harry, advantage from my twin Sarah Gah, and Tom. And these new ones are Old Guy Newbie. Yeah, feel that one. Pablove Tina, Dork Knight 42. Yes. Dork 82. Jay. Thank you.
And Rob, you got some too.
There are 42 Dork Knights before 41 previous Dork Knights. That's amazing.
I would play every single one of them. So my full stash is I got a new reroll from Anonymous. Another one from Beth Damiano. Sorry if I said that wrong. Josh Holly.
No, Damiano. I know Beth. Hi, Beth.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Apparently I was good this year.
Oh, you were.
One from John. Another one from Pablove Tina. 6 from Jason and Amanda Jones. I have no idea who they are, but thank you very much. 1 from Old Guy Newbie. Yeah, been there. 2 more from Anonymous. 1 from Jay, 1 from Red Xeris, and 1 from Melon, and advantage from Mark and another person named Rob. So we're going to call you Rob in quotes.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Medley Rose, I haven't forgotten about you. I still have advantage from you.
So you have all your rerolls. Let's make sure that we burn through those and have some fun. So boom, Rosencrantz perches on a branch, and he turns his head, and Christopher, the white crow, is sitting on your shoulder, Xanatos, and they're both looking in the same direction. And within the wetlands, there is a clearing, and in the center of the clearing is this gnarly cypress tree. And Xanatos, you're the first to round the bend because you were sort of the head of the spear as you moved through the forest with the crows. You're the one who bribed them. So you come around this corner and you see this tree in the clearing, and these crows have stopped dead. They're both focused on this tree. Roll me a perception check.
I'm going to have to re-roll. Thank you. 4? Come on. I can do better now. Re-roll.
Burn them.
That's 4 re-rolls. Here we go. It's okay. 16.
Okay. With a 16, in through the holes and in the twilight light of the evening and among the fireflies, through one of the holes, you see a shine, like a glint.
Are these holes in a tree?
Incongruous. Yeah, it's like a big dead tree that's in the center of this clearing, a dead cypress-looking tree in the center of this clearing. And in the center, in the holes of this, you catch this metallic glint.
Ooh, very Stranger Things. So, I would suggest I could rip this tree open and find out what it is, if everybody's interested.
Yeah. Do it.
Sounds like a barbarian thing to do.
Yeah. It's kind of a bold move. I would go down and grab the great axe, wedge it in one side of the hole,
Chop it down.
take the battle axe on the other side, rip the opening hole in the tree. I'm not killing the roots. I'm checking out what the light source is on the inside. Take both, pull those dogs apart like that. Hopefully something dangerous comes out and you guys can cover my ass. So let's go with the battle
So
axe.
as you put your hands on the hole.
I was going to use the axe. I was going to pry them open.
Thank you for that advantage, Mrs. Loaf, but because you get clobbered, one of the branches becomes mobile and clobbers you, knocking you across the swamp for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, ouch.
Are you serious?
Damn.
That's a big, first of all, that's a very big branch.
It's very big.
It just blows. And then the eyes, so you see some of the holes go angry, and the tree has a mouth, and it kind of looks like this.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
available to bid on in the donations. This actual dice tower that I'm rolling will be signed on the bottom, and you can buy it. But this is the thing that is protecting whatever is inside that you are trying to go for, that knocked you across the swamp. So you all see him get knocked back as this tree has this creature's face, and it is guarding its prize inside.
I should have never tried to pry that open.
I need you all to roll for initiative.
I was going to say, are we initiative?
Yeah, we are.
Has the time come?
I'm rolling another one from Flin Flon Mike.
Thanks for the reroll, Joel.
Thanks for the reroll.
Oh, come on. Thanks for the reroll, man, son.
Marushka, thank you. I'm rerolling again. There we go. I like that.
Thanks for the reroll, Maya. All right. So, Xanatos, what did you roll?
I thought I was the one who's lying down on the ground doing nothing.
Yeah, but we're now in initiative, so you can roll
16.
for initiative with. Yeah, okay,
16.
You can re-roll that if you want to burn through some of your re-rolls.
If you'd like. 19.
Whoa.
19.
Okay.
Charlie, what did you get? Oh, Charlie.
Oh, me. Hello. Yes, I'm a 15.
She's got a head cold.
15. Cal, what did you get?
Druids have
12.
lots of stuff to look at.
12?
12.
Freya, what did you get?
After my rerolls from Flynn, Flan, Mike, Todd Kunbao, and Marushka, I got a 19.
19.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Jean Delancey.
That is a natural 20 for 23.
Nice. Nice.
Zill, what did you get? Zill.
Zill.
Yes,
Majda.
me. Well, the popular number 19.
Yeah.
19.
Wow, nice,
So,
everybody.
so what I will do is I'm going to assemble this kind of based on your dexterity and whatnot. So we will go. I'm going to go Zill first. No, I'm going to go. Our natural 20 is Jean Delancey is first. Zill second. Freya third. And then Xanatos. And then that would be Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cal. It's hilarious when 12 is the lowest one. So, Jean Delancey, what do? You suddenly saw this half-orc get backhanded across the bog with by this dead cypress tree.
I'm going to back away from it a little bit, and then I'm going to drop some fairy fire on it.
Okay, bring it on. Roll to hit.
Oh no, this is fairy fire's first level spell.
Oh, great! Yes,
it needs a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, it does. Ugh. And Jay made me roll with disadvantage. So that was a natural one. So what I would say with that natural one, I'm going to use that as a critical success on your part. So that means you do double damage.
Ooh.
It's not a damaging spell. What
Fairy
it does
fire.
is it lights up the object and gives everything that attacks it advantage.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, so
thank
all of y'all get advantage.
Thank you, John Delancey. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is
We are at
concentration.
$23,000.
Sweet.
Yes, we are.
We are We are just over 10,000 from our total goal, counting the generosity of our two players. So this thing suddenly glows with fairy fire, and it makes it obvious where its weak points are, so that everybody that rolls can roll with advantage to hit it. And you also have your re-rolls. So Jean, you have now made it lit up the night. So this dark bog that was surrounded by fireflies is now illuminated by fairy fire. Zill, what are we doing? That's you, Majda.
Yes, thank you. I think that I am going to cast a spell, but I'm going to do it with a bit of a flourish because I'm going to grab, I have so many instruments and I have yet to be able to really use them. So I'm going to sort of just...
The dice tower just sold, by the way.
Yay!
Yes.
I'm just beating a tambourine against my thigh, and I'm casting Dissonant Whispers against the tree.
You're going full Stevie Nicks on it.
Swamp Witch, and
one might say like a white-winged dove.
Oh, nice.
One might say.
We're aging ourselves. Careful.
Wait, is that the song that you're singing?
You all are making me laugh too much. I'm trying to play straight. Okay. So that is... Oh, now I just want to listen
So you cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
That's right, which is a wisdom save for the tree.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I get a re-roll. I get to roll with advantage thanks to Tom. But I also get to roll. I get a re-roll from Andy. I'm stuck and my rolls are with it. So I'm going to get a re-roll from Andy Connolly. They're still sucking. So okay. So
So-
tell me the damage you do.
That is 3d6 damage.
Nice.
Roll it up. Roll it up.
I just rolled.
Sweet.
I'm not even joking. I rolled 3 6s.
What?
Oh,
That's the devil's number. That's the
oh
devil's
my
number.
Lord, Majda.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
I know,
That's
and it's
18
in
points
this
of damage.
coffin dice tray from. I've been waiting to use
Appropriate.
that dice tray.
Oddly
18
appropriate.
points of
It's
damage.
So you just start like a wild wind up. You start like banging this
Exactly.
thing on your thigh, and these unearthly whispers just start moving through. You sort of see the air kind of modulate and whisper in front of you as it reaches this thing, and the trunk just starts to shift as splinters as you deal 18
Wow.
points of damage on this bad boy.
Wild.
Yeah. So yeah, as this thing starts to shake in its anger. Freya, you're up. Xanatos, you are on deck.
I
Yes,
use
well,
a bonus
Oh, wait.
action.
Oh yeah.
Bonus
Yeah.
action. Combat inspiration to Freya.
thank you. So it's
Oh,
outstanding, outstanding.
Sweet.
Well, since what happened is Xanatos, he got thrown back, and we were all behind him anyway. So we're all a bit farther back from the tree. We're not near the tree, right? We've all back, probably about
yeah,
maybe
you guys backed up. Once Xanatos took one from the team, you all like, whoa, okay, that's
That's
not
right.
just a tree.
That's right.
Yeah.
So because we all backed up at least 10 to 15 feet, I'm going to take my longbow and use a bursting arrow. And the bursting arrows, you imbue your arrow with force energy drawn from the school of evocation. The arrow detonates after your attack. Immediately after the arrow hits the creature or its target, all other creatures within 10 feet, it takes this force damage, but it takes the damage. So I'm going to, and because the spell has been on, the fairy spell has shown me where
Advantage.
that the weakest part is, and I'm really good because I'm a arcane archer. I'm gonna aim right at that little spot, right where. Thank you so much, John Delancey, for giving me that target clearly. And I'm going to I'm gonna bust this thing open, and so we can see what's happening, what's inside. So here we go.
Cool.
Good luck.
Thank you. And okay, I'm going to thank you, Navsun, for another roll. Loki banana. Liz and Jazz. Goodness. L4L. That's right. I'm taking my time. Okay. 19.
Yeah, 19 hits. Roll me the damage.
All right, our damage. Where's my thing? My D8.
Xanatos, you're on deck.
I'm gonna do
Ready.
another. I'm gonna take Breathe Smart. Thank you, Breathe Smart. I'm going to do Spiretta. No. Elia of Glitz House. One more time, boys.
Keep those rerolls coming because she is
Keep
just
them coming.
using them up like a
Going
punch
through it.
card at
I have to.
Pinkberry.
I got to do this. Jerry Johnson art. Here we go. Aha! 8. 8 and
Eight
then
all day.
8 all day. 8 plus. All right. 8 plus. What is it again? Plus what? Where is it?
It should be under your weapon, so it probably, and it's an arrow, so it'd be your dexterity plus your proficiency.
My longbow. 8 plus 7, which is.
So you did
15.
15 points of damage, and this thing has you said it has an effect.
Yes. It explodes.
What's the effect?
It's a bursting arrow. So it immediately it explodes. It detonates after attack. So it goes.
So yeah, you blow. This arrow sails through the air. It finds purchase through the fairy fire. You see wood splintering outwards, and you see kind of in the hole that it creates, this creature just roars as a side of it is blown out, and you see the tip of a sword That was
Ooh.
the glinting metal that you saw when you were going to rip it out. You see the tip of a sword, and you did a lot of damage to that. Xanatos, you are up.
I'm going to use Pablove Tino's auto crit.
So that means you do double damage. So roll me all the damage of a d12 plus 5 and multiply it by 2.
Woo.
D12 coming up.
Multiple.
9 plus 5.
Awesome.
14.
Times 2, so 20.
28.
28 points of damage.
You know what they say?
Just a
That's
second.
how the Grim Tusk rolls.
Is how the Grim Tusk.
That is what they say.
That is
That's
what they say.
That is what they say.
Can I hear those Marina crows a little more?
So you go barreling into this thing, and these things are going call, and then what Charlie hears is like, you get him, you get that guy, I hate that guy, he punched you, you gave me shiny, and you go in there with that great axe, and you just chop another chunk off this tree, exposing more of the sword. This thing. Yeah, you're seeing more of a sword inside the tree, and you're just tearing away at this thing. Charlie, you are up.
Charlie.
Wonderful. Charlie goes, "Oh, I suppose I must." And he bends his knees, folds himself in 3, and as he does so, he transforms into a beaver, who then jumps in the water and starts to swim as fast as he can towards the tree. This beaver then goes and tries to take a big bite down at a root. And I have, I'm going to have advantage on this because of fairy fire. I also deal double damage to creatures made of wood.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! Who knew?
Who knew? That is a 19 to hit, please.
All I gotta say, how cliche.
Oh, that's very nice.
So you're gnawing at this thing. You totally hit. You do double damage. Roll me the damage.
I just did. That is 21 points of piercing or slashing damage as my enormous beaver teeth just trying to gnaw open as much of this woody tree as I can possibly get.
So I know this is a PG-13 show.
Yes.
But let me ask,
Todd.
how does the beaver kill it?
How does the beaver kill? Yes, absolutely. So like corn on the cob, it's, as it falls, it's just gonna like typewriter style spin, spin, just up and down until it just all sort of falls away. Exactly, like a lathe, right? Just like Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Wow.
And the crows are just slow clapping.
Now
They are just
Charlie
so impressed.
is he gets very into the character whenever this happens, and so he forgets a bit that he could transform back, and instead starts to take pieces and swim them off and make a little den. He's just sort of using the remnants, the bloody entrails of this creature to start creating a little home for himself until he sees you all.
The tree collapses and exposing all of these pieces of wood. We just lost somebody. We just lost Rob.
We lost Rob.
Don
We lost Rob.
I'm here, but I love funny.
He snapped and just disappeared. Oh, and he snapped and he's back.
It's magic. It's magic.
Misty step.
It's magic. So the pieces of this thing just splash into the bog around you. All the fireflies now are circling. What's exposed after the tree falls is a skeletal hand clutching a sword.
Ooh.
And by the way, this dice box that will be signed is available to bid on in the chat.
You are a master.
Master.
You can
You're a
own this
master.
dice box as designed by J. Madalena And Igniheart created this dice box just for this game that says Legends of Eleanora, Zephyr against the Mist. And you can own this and it will be signed. So bid on it now.
That's nice.
So boom, this sword is revealed in a skeletal hand as you see lying just the remains of a human skeleton holding this sword up, dressed in ancient rusted armor. As vines have been wrapped around it, sort of holding it in this up position. Zatatos, I want you to roll me a history check.
Ooh.
With advantage.
Nice.
Because use one of those.
What's that mean?
You want to roll a history. You have a history skill. And so you have an addition. So you'll roll 2d20 and add history to that. Freya, I want you to do the same.
You know,
I'm going to re-roll.
Lynn Flan Mike got me 4. I'm re-rolling another one. Another one from Flin Flan Mike. Oh, my last one from him. Nope, I'm going to use Nathan. And it's a history, so add history. 17.
Oh, 18.
So with a 17 and an 18, you both are looking at that, and at the same time, you both go Zephyr.
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 Zephyr. Xanatus.
And you both, as warriors, you both know the story of the Zephyr. It is one of the 4 blades of Elurin that was designed to defeat the dragons during the Dragon Wrath War.
Ooh.
This is a fabled sword.
Is this a sword that I should use my rage or frenzy with?
I'm just saying it's a sword. What you choose to do with it is up to you. But it is a beautiful handcrafted sword made just for this game, and it is now available to be bid on. This sword was made for this game.
Come on, that's beautiful.
This is the Zephyr, and it is one of the blades of Elurin, the 4 blades of Elurin. This is the Zephyr. This actual blade was made by Stephanie Williams, a.k.a. Steph the Blacksmith, a.k.a. Stepha Wills.
Wow.
Wow.
So right now, this sword is up for, you can own this very sword.
Wow.
It is a beautiful piece. She is a blacksmith. She offered to craft this piece just for this game. This is a one of a kind.
Wow.
And it is a beautiful, it is Damascus steel.
Oh, wow. Look
It has
there.
been folded,
Whoa,
I think, 150 times.
Wow.
It is gorgeous. It has her insignia on it, which is hard to see, but it is currently now, it is gone. It is gone. It is sold.
It's sold.
It is sold.
It's sold. It's
Amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Just amazing.
So this is an amazing piece, and I'm jealous that it is leaving my house. Oh, and by the way, the handle is made from 500-year-old Scottish wood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, so thank you, Steph the Blacksmith. Thank you, Stepha Wills,
Thank you,
one
Steph.
of the smiths of Elurin, who made that blade for us for this game. We are at 27-5, people.
Hey, Todd, can we
27-5.
see the box, the dice box again, one more time, since it's still available?
Is the dice box still in play?
Look at that.
And
That's
you see the skeletal
Gorgeous.
hand holding the
sold.
Zephyr.
Gone.
You see
Gone.
Rosen.
Sold.
It's sold.
Sold.
Dice box is sold. You
Sold.
see the blacksmith. I also just so you all know, everybody at the table today also gets one of these dice boxes.
oh,
So,
wow.
Oh,
so
with the crows on them?
keepsake. A little keepsake with the crows on it. A little keepsake of the event. So
Dude, that's
those are
actually the
the-
first dice box in my life I've ever seen that I've wanted. I have never like
Yeah.
I'm an old school bag guy. You know, like that's just what I do. I've never wanted a box ever until I saw it. Oh, I'm so excited that I get one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so
so
these were
cool.
designed by Igni Hart, incorporating art by Julia Maddalena, and then Igni Hart sort of made it look like a tarot card.
What do you got there, Rob? Are you an old school bag guy too?
A bag guy.
Yeah, that is a dice bag I made out of an elk skin my brother-in-law gave me.
I missed it. Could you show it? Show it again?
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Let's see if I can get the angle right.
Wow.
It's your basic pouch. You just make yourself a circle.
Wow.
Right. Keep it on camera for like 3 seconds.
There it is.
Folks, we just hit $30,000.
This is
We
so
are at
inside baseball to talk about your dice bags.
Oh, listen,
Don't make me break out my Crown Royal. Don't make me break out my Crown Royal bag.
We can talk about our dice. We can talk about our dice for like an hour after everyone has lost interest.
Oh,
with our auction heroes at the table, by the way.
Yeah.
And
let me just pause and
generous.
say, with Majda and Rob and everybody in the chat, we are at 46.5 right now.
Let's
we
go.
Are
Let's go.
Less than $4,000 away from we are 3,500 away from funding an entire grant.
3,000, you guys. 3,000.
Dive in.
You know what?
Let's do it.
While we're here, if we're $3,000, if we're $3,000 away, I'll DM another game, another private game.
Oh my God!
If somebody wants to donate another $3,000, I will DM another game, a private Zoom game for you and 6 of your friends. That's $500 a person for 5 hours of entertainment, where I will privately Zoom a Dungeons and Dragons game for you. That'll just bring it. That would cover the 3,000, and then we just have to make it up with $500. And here we go. So, you now have in your possession, Xanatos or Freya, the Zephyr.
The Zephyr. Now.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
What are we doing?
I'm dying to use my frenzy with rage with a Zephyr in my hand.
There's nothing.
What about that?
You
What about
sword.
the crippled hand with the sword in it?
Well, maybe should we hold?
So you have the skeleton sword, and when you see it, and when the sword is presented to you, the hand opens.
Wow.
And offers it to you, and you see as you're standing over it. Freya, roll me a perception check.
Yep. Security Dan gave me 2. I'm doing one more for Chili Jack. 19. 19 plus.
So with a 19 perception.
I have 4 for perception, so I can add, right?
Okay. Yeah. So with you have a 23. Yep. So you see a very similar rusted breastplate that you sort of saw on the Spirit.
Yes.
And there is a crest, a family crest on that breastplate, and it is the Wil's family breastplate, and you see a hammer and an anvil, a blacksmith's sigil on this family crest. And so you just notice that as the hand is presenting it to you, and the skull sort of falls to the side and offers the sword up to you and Xanatos.
Well, I'm going to take that sword.
I would hope.
I'm going to take it, and I know if it gets too heavy, I can hand it to you.
So you take it. Roll me just a quick wisdom saving throw.
Don Lorenzen. Saving throw. 16.
Yeah, okay, with it. That's fine. That's plenty. The 16, you sort of feel the magic of that blade as you grab it. And you're not a magic user, but you sort of feel the sort of chosen one thing. Boosh, it hits you. And
Boosh.
You know you have something special. And as you're looking at this thing that is forged from bog iron, it is a strong, beautiful blade. It sits comfortably in your hand, like at some point in your life you were fated to hold this blade, and you remember the words that Charlie translated to you of "protect my bloodline." So it's like this sword was handed to you by Stefa to protect her bloodline.
I want to protect her bloodline. That's what I want to do right now. How should
you hold the sword?
Yeah.
How should you go ahead, please?
To my family here, I feel something. We have a task that we have to do. We have to protect that bloodline. This is sacred. We have to find out how to do that.
Why do we trust her now? I thought she
Charlie,
was an evil symbol of death who came through the mist with a couple of crows.
Charlie, who's still a beaver, starts to try to talk and then remembers that he's a beaver and pops back up to Charlie, unfolds himself. Oh, yes, sorry about that. She herself was good, and she looked gruesome, of course, yes. But she wants to stop this ancient evil and was helping us do it. And she told us we need to move through the Black Star.
That's right.
I don't know what that means.
Don't know what that is. I wonder if we can. Can I roll for? I was gonna say insight or wisdom. What?
Would I know the night sky as a nature person?
So as you look up at the night sky, roll me. What would you want to roll? Survival?
I could do survival. I'm good at that.
Okay, or nature. You decide.
Okay. I'm gonna go with nature and a reroll and another reroll. That's a little better. Let's go with a 17.
So you look up at the night sky, and you look up at the night sky, and oh my God, I never thought I would get to use that. You look up at the night sky, right, Gary? That's my dragon. You look up at the night sky, and you're seeing these pinpoints of light, and they start to shift, and they start to move towards you. And what you realize is that they're not the stars that you were looking at, but fireflies. And as you bring your head down, you see all the fireflies in the area gathering and start moving through the bog in a very specific direction.
Shall we?
Shall we? Yes. Thank you, Charlie. Shall we, Paul? So I think we're going to follow the fireflies.
So the fireflies drift through the forest. The crows sort of give you a nod and send you on your way, and kind of hand it off to the fireflies. And the fireflies are moving as if being guided by a force from beyond the veil. And as they're drifting, they come to a large kind of abandoned, like a swamp raft, like a pole raft.
You guys, I think we should get on this raft. What are you thinking?
As you say that, Kel is already stepping onto the raft.
That's right.
But nobody saw that.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed.
I'm waiting for everyone else to get on the other end so I can balance it with my big fat ass on my end.
And you can also give us a good shove. You can push us off too. Good.
So you all step onto one end of it, knowing it starts to tip, but knowing that Xanatos is going to step on the other side and balance it all out.
Exactly the way we drew it up.
Exactly.
You are now
just like we drew it up. Exactly.
Well-oiled machine. So who's got the poll?
Who's got the poll?
I'll take it.
Xanatos,
nature.
yeah, strong.
Yeah.
Strong
I'll
hand.
drive. I'll drive from the back
That's so scary.
So Xanatos,
like a
you
rudder.
start just pushing through, and
I got it.
you guys are now being led by the fireflies through the fog of the bog, through the swamp. It is quiet now again. You hear the peepers, you see the large stars, and you're traveling for a while, and it is a moment of rest. If you need to do any healing, now would be a good time to do it, because we are going to take another break, and we are going to give time for people to, we're loading in some new rolls. We're going to give time people to refill beverages, get a snack, and bid on some of these items. There are Nerd Circus bags that are in there for donation. I will sign those. And there are other incentives in place. Please feel free to go and donate. We're going to take 5 and try to keep it under 10 and come back in a bit.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Wei, and I'm a mother of a child with cancer. Pablove is an amazing foundation. I cannot speak more to you about how amazing this foundation has been to Simone, but also to us as a family. It has totally brought her out of her shell, and it made her a little bit more resilient. She has found a wonderful community among the students that attended, and I myself feel like I've just become part of the Pablove family.
I was diagnosed with leukemia on my 8th birthday. The worst part about cancer is, I think, what you have to deal with, like treatment-wise, and like the side effects of that. I know, like, something like that happened to me was I had a code blue, I think. And so I couldn't like breathe or anything. And so that was really scary, because in that moment, you don't know what's going to happen next. Cancer has impacted my life by how I'm able to now like receive things, or like how am I able to like perceive the world. So like now I'm able to like fully acknowledge like who I am as a person and how I've grown from that. I've always been like in love with photography. So being able to express myself and express like my daily life. I heard about Pablove shutterbugs from my mom. I remember she mentioned it to me once, and I was just really excited that I was able to do photography. So Pablove shutterbugs is a program where cancer kids like me, like who have gone through cancer or currently going through cancer, are able to express themselves through like taking photos and photography.
Pablove to me is love and hope. I would highly recommend the Pablove Foundations and the Shutterbug program to any family and any kids who's going through cancer treatments or who are recovering from cancer treatment. It's a wonderful foundation that gives the kids hopes, and it enlightens them, and it gives them space to express who they are. Pick Pablove Foundation, and because they are not only giving this program with the Shutterbug, but they're also providing research, cancer research for pediatric cancer. I think hopefully, and it is my hope that in the near future that pediatric cancer becomes a thing of the past, and the Pablove Foundation is pushing that forward.
Well, folks, 2 things. We have reached our goal, and we have funded a grant thanks to you all. I'm humbled. I'm humbled on behalf of Pablove and the kids and the families of these kids. You are all amazing, and a massive gratitude goes to these players. The bad news is the game's not done, and there's still time for a total party kill. So that means we're greedy and we want more. Past this number, you gave us $50,000, but I want to go to the break of dawn. So we're going to keep on trucking, and we've got some people to thank for these donations and these rerolls coming up. So Michelle, let's start with you.
I don't think I have any new rows.
You don't. Will does.
I do.
Deborah does.
I do.
Jonathan does. I do too. Well, I'm going to start then. Helen, Zerathon, Tweaky, biddy. Oh, I get it. It's a Buck Rogers reference. Nina the Gnome, Barbarian, Advantage from Mythen Gears. That's me.
Nice.
I'm going to thank Carrie and Jenny, Amy and Dawn from Chicago, like you know who, Jason and Amanda Jones, dipshit, Andrew Monday, and another auto crit from not an NPC. I will be using it momentarily.
I can jump in. Yeah. I got 4 from Ramalama Ding Dong there. Duke John, Red Xeris, and Ashlon gave rerolls as well. And I got an auto crit. Yes. Go Druids. Who gave me the auto crit. So go Druids.
I have a reroll from Wesley Crusher, proving that I can be in 2 places at once.
You're a traveler. You're a traveler.
I'm doing so many things right now. DJ Beth C, Beady Tweaky, Dynamite Monkey, Jason and Amanda Jones. I got Advantage from Kes the Korax Yoka and Freddie. And Beth hooked me up with an auto crit. I also
Thank you, Beth.
Joe in Texas, I haven't forgotten that you did by disadvantage for me, so I know that's coming up.
Majda.
Yes. Long list. I'm honored. I'm going to start with my dungeon master, Catherine Gorlinsky, who's given me, she gave me tonight off, and she gave me a reroll. And yeah, isn't she amazing? Thank you, Kat.
That's so great.
I owe you and Frank. I also have advantage from Anonymous, rerolls from Han Solo in the Gold Mines.
Yeah.
JP.
Awesome.
JP 3 of 4. Brendan. Rachel T. Beady Buck Rogers guy. Hanu 82. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Oh, look, somebody's heard me in there. You guys are so kind. You gave me an advantage. I got advantage from Jody, Dr. Dre, and Olivia C. How kind. Thank you.
Yeah, you do. And you also got, Rob, you got some rerolls?
Yeah, I got a pair of rerolls, one from Luoxana and one from Winter. Apparently, Luoxana said what I was saying about Marina, but getting banned from an entire marina, that's a thing for bards.
And Majda, you got one from Catholicism and Amage. You got rerolls from Catholicism and Amage.
Yes.
All right.
Amazing.
Majda, your home table wants you to know they missed you and nobody died. Monty almost did, but they're okay.
Monty. Oh my God.
Monty.
Our life cleric. He's a bit of a
look. We were worried. We were worried about Monty as well.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna lie. I'm really glad to know that Monty's okay.
Protect your cleric at all costs.
Monty, did you hear about this one? Tell me you lost in the club. Okay. All right, friends. You have been rowing for a while, following fireflies. As the marshlands started to pick up a little bit of current as you were moving. You are now moving out of the wetlands, and it is an estuary onto a river. The river moves into the main river, and you're now at a clip. You don't have to row as hard because because the current is taking you. You all sort of relax. The fireflies are moving you forward. Immediately, Charlie, you recognize this as the Rankin River. This is one of the estuaries of the River Rankin, which is one of the main rivers that flows through the Black Nor down from the Chard Mountains, and you are moving through. The sun is starting to crest. It has been a long night since you were covered in squid guts, and the night is turning to day. The sun rises, and up ahead, you start to hear the lap, lap, lap of a wheelhouse, of a wheel, like a miller's wheel. And you see a picturesque, bucolic house on the side of the river. And in the distance, Kel, you're sort of at the front of this thing because you were the first on it. You hear the kink, kink, kink of iron striking iron. Kink, kink, kink. And your little raft starts to drift towards this house. And out in front of the house, you see a woman, a statuesque build with blonde hair in a blacksmith's apron, just kink, kink, kink. The bard Jean Delancey is taking in the scene. It's so poetic and beautiful. And roll me a perception check, Jean Delancey.
That is a natural 19 for 23.
Yeah. So with that natural 19, you see hanging outside of this house, while you see this woman, you see on a sign that same crest that you saw on the breastplate of the fallen soldier that was in the swamp. And so it's a family crest. So you immediately are like, I think the fireflies knew where they were going.
Right. John,
You are drifting. Do you share this with the group?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh,
Thanatos, my friend. This way? Yeah, this way.
cool. Should we head towards that lady?
Yeah, push us towards that house.
Great.
So Xanatos, you lean into the pole. You push off from the bottom because the river is a little shallow here because it has just come out from the wetlands, and you push yourself. You are muted unless you're mouthing your words.
So I'll push this barge over to the dock here at the foot of this house
Thank you, Xanatos.
so we can explore what's in there. Is that the...
Yeah, you manage. You see a woman out front, and you saw the sign of the
Wait a minute.
house.
A blonde woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does she have eyes?
She has eyes.
They're in her head.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
And
this
what a
one has-
Question.
Yes, that was on that that we just saw. I think this is where we're supposed to go.
Is this safe? Should we park the boat? The barge?
Yeah, let's park the boat.
I think so.
Okay, we'll put that up.
This neighborhood
tie it
probably
off.
fine.
All right,
So
here we go, guys.
you've pushed the raft up to the thing, and there are ropes.
Raft was the
on
word I was
dock.
looking for.
It's fair. It's fair. I understood what you meant.
Exactly. I'll
and-
clean it. You guys go ahead. I'll clean it off. I'll join you.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I say let's go, and let's perhaps we should talk to this woman. Shall we talk to this woman? Let's investigate.
You, my dear, you bear her crest.
I do.
On your sword.
Right. I think I'm going
Perhaps
to go.
you should make the overture.
I think I'm going to go over there. I'm going to show her the sword and see if there is anything that she wants us to do. Maybe she has a message for us or can guide us. I'm going over there.
So you parked the raft. You've tied it off. You've made your way up the pier and through the grass, and the morning is This woman has clearly gotten an early start on the day. There's a little plume of smoke coming out from the fire that she has started in her furnace for her weapons that she forges. And this motley crew covered in swamp and guts and snot come ambling over to her, and she stops and she takes you all in, and she's looking at you. Can I help you?
Yes, and sorry to disturb you, and thank you for taking this moment, but we have come upon this sword. I see your crest, and it is, I believe this may be from your family. And I thought we would investigate and ask you if there's anything that we can do to help you. Do you need help, or could you guide us?
She looks around and she's examining the sword. The sheer look on her face is absolute unbelief. She says, "Where did you get that?"
Well, it was quite a journey to get this. It was in the base of this creature kind of tree, and I won't go into the details, but we kind of busted that open, and we were able to get this. I will say that it has so much power just holding this. It's something coursed through my body when I touched it. Do you recognize this sword?
She calls to her children. She says, "Bess, Miss, Amira," her children. You see two daughters poke their heads out. One of them has a little apron on because she was apprenticing her mother. The other one, a little younger, peeks her head out, and she's like, "We having company, Mum?" She's like, "Yes, set the table." And she invites you all in.
You're so kind. Thank you. You guys wash off before you come in. This is a house.
Some respect.
Very
some
good.
respect.
Just saying.
That's a good call.
Thank you, Cal.
I want to say thank you to the Forge Tavern who just donated $1,000. We are now at $51,750.
Wow.
Holler.
Awesome.
So you all amble into the house, and this woman she's like this look of disbelief. And you walk into the house, and you see her husband, Troy, is there, and he introduces himself. He looks at you. He looks at his wife. Like, you just made it absolutely okay for this band of a half orc walks in. Like, this band of bloody, snotted people come ambling into this bucolic little country house, and then he was setting the table. He's putting scones down and clotted cream, and there's water glasses and and milk, and he offers you all breakfast. And she is just beyond belief. And you see, hanging on the back wall is a giant tapestry, and on the tapestry is a woman dressed in that garb that you saw the ghost with the sword. And she says, she asks about the sword, and she says, "That sword is the stuff of myth." She says, "My great, and there's many greats attached to it, 500 years back." She said, "My great grandmother, she was one of the smiths of Elanora. She forged the sword Zephyr, and if that's what you're holding, I don't think it's a good sign."
Oh, should we? Oh, should we not have removed it? Was there?
Well,
was it?
she said, "Look, if you got to it," she's like, "How did it come in your possession?"
Well, we have reason to believe that we found her.
Yes, she told us to get it. She did through the veil.
And
well,
then later we found the rest of her in the tree monster.
Well, as the story goes, and she goes on to tell you the story that when her great returned from the dragon wrath with the sword that she forged after the dragons had receded, she came to just live out her bucolic life. But once the dragons were no longer protecting humanity from the shade, the bog became alive with shade creatures. And there was one particular one known as the Mist that was threatening. And my great headed off into the bog to defend us and never returned.
Oh.
but the mist was defeated. And now they say her spirit, like the Jack of the Green or the Clementine, defends parts of fear from the shade, but it was all myth to her. It was all myth. And you holding the sword lends credence to this. And while you guys are talking, you're eating scones and you're drinking milk. The little girl is standing at the window.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
And she's looking at the river.
That's super normal.
Hmm.
And she says, Mom, Mom. And Bess turns and she just points. And you see rising from the river a giant tentacle.
Oh, dear.
And another giant tentacle.
Oh,
And a
that is
very large version of what you guys were smashing is climbing on. Crash! One of the tentacles comes in through the window and wraps itself around Troy, the husband.
Oh no,
Lifting
Troy.
him in the air. Crash! Through another window, another tentacle comes, grabs the woman who introduced herself. Her name is Leah. She's lovely. She very kind, makes great weaponry, but lifts her in the air. And the children, the little girls are screaming. One of the girls immediately grabs a steak knife, the girl in the apron, and she starts racing towards these things, these tentacles, to try and get it. Now,
I jump in.
I need you all to roll for initiative.
Just so you know, I'm jumping in immediately and moving those children out of the way.
Yes.
Love it. So thank you, Myth and Gears, for rolling with advantage.
Yes, and thank you, Anonymous, for letting me roll with advantage as well.
Yeah. Or shall we say, a naughty mouse?
A naughty mouse.
Hey, naughty,
I'm going to use
mouse.
the auto. I'm going. Thank you to not an NPC for my auto crit.
Boom. So you're like at the top of the stack.
It.
Hey, Xanatos?
Yeah, man.
If there was ever a time to go into rage.
That's what I've been waiting for all night.
Do it.
Talk me through
So
it.
describe to me, while you guys tell me, quick, tell me your numbers. What did you get by, you auto-critted, so you're at the top of the stack. Charlie, what did you get?
I got an 18.
18. Carol, what did you get?
With my initiative modifier of +3, I got a 6.
Yeah, you did.
It's been
Fredo, what
fun
did
that
you
way.
get?
18.
Jean Delancey, what did you get?
15.
15. And Zill, what did you get?
22. Thanks to Kat
22.
for the reroll.
Now, so while I assemble our initiative tree, I want Xanatos to describe what it looks like when he goes into rage.
Yes.
So I'll do what my friend needs me to do, which is put the children in a safe place before I act out, if you will.
Thank you, Xanatos.
The children are in a bedroom. We put some of their wooden homemade beds up against the door. They're going to be fine. However, the tentacles are coming in through the windows of the house. The body of this being are all the way onto the dock. They're buried our raft. They're crawling up. The smell is appalling. Fortunately for all of you, the rage is just starting. So I grab one tentacle, right? I pull the tentacle in, and I grab the steak mice that I took away from that little girl who shouldn't have had it in the first place. I slice off that tentacle. That tentacle then dies and falls on the floor. Turns out.
Well, we'll see what the dice say.
Oh.
Your intention.
My
We'll see what the
tentacle.
dice say.
I opened up the hole where I had sliced the tentacle.
We'll say what the
put
dice say. You're just in
I
rage.
put my face inside the tentacle, open my mouth, out of my mouth comes an incredible rage. The volume, the intensity, the smell, the taste is so disgusting to this being. It contracts. It goes back onto the dock. It goes back into the water. It disappears. All because of my breath and because of my rage.
Which is the story you're playing out in your head.
In your head, that's right.
It's not true?
You're screaming in rage and you're playing through how you would love for all of this to play out. Meanwhile, Freya has gone off and sequestered the children, but you are now stronger and you are mightier and your skin is tougher, and you've planned out this idea of what you want to have happen. Meanwhile, Troy is still held in the air by one of the tentacles. Or Leah is still held in the air by one of the tentacles, but you get first strike, my friend. So what do you want to try and do to this thing?
I wanted to slice his tentacle off.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
go swing with your axe. Swing with that axe.
I thought I did that.
No, you just
You have to attempt it.
actually have to roll to hit. You have to attempt
What
it.
do I roll?
A D20 plus your great axe bonus plus 5.
16 plus
That's
5.
16.
That's 21.
That's great.
That hits. Roll me the damage plus 2. So you see all of those dice that are after that, roll that. So it's a D12 plus 5 plus 2. So it's a D12 plus 7. And that's on your first hit because you're in frenzy.
Yeah.
That's 5 plus 7. Now I'm at D10.
Yep.
That's coming up. Oh, 30.
No, not a D10. It's a D12 plus 7.
D12 plus 7. 10 plus 7.
Okay, 17.
So 17 hit points on your first hit. So why don't we go and hit him again?
Let's do it again. Back to the D20.
Yep.
Come on.
Yes.
Baby needs new clothes. 15.
Plus 5 is
so
20.
15 hits.
How about some
Roll
reroll?
me the damage.
15. I'm coming in.
you got
I'm coming in
reroll.
with a D12.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Take those rerolls because we want to see if you hit a critical. If you hit a 20, then you get to do double damage.
A 12. A 4. A 7. A 17.
Get closer.
17 doesn't suck. That hits. Roll me the damage. So once again, you don't get the plus 2 on this one, but you get 1d12 plus 5.
I'm
So
going
roll the
for it.
D12 and add
D12. That's a 1 plus 5. That's a 6. An 8.
No, a D12.
Reroll your damage.
Reroll.
I
Reroll
got
your
the
damage.
D12. My
Reroll it.
D12. My guy.
Yeah, reroll it.
3.
So
And
3
reroll.
plus,
Reroll it.
plus 5. Yeah.
Reroll that, baby.
12. I got a 12.
17.
So an additional 17. So you hack into this thing. It cuts.
Finally, I get to act out what I was trying to sell you in the first time. Do I have enough
I
numbers
know,
to do
that
this
was
thing
your
right?
dream.
But
You
my
have
dreams
to
are
make
being
the plan.
fulfilled. You're
Well, it
fulfilling
doesn't
my
proceed
dreams.
because it's that big. You're chopping into this thing, and Troy now falls from the sky because he was held in the air by this tentacle, and he falls to the ground. Nicely done. You dealt a lot of damage to this bad boy, but it's a big thing.
I saved Troy's life.
God.
You
You
saved
saved
Troy.
Troy's life.
I said
Sure did. Sure did.
Troy's saved and the
So-
2 girls are saved.
The 2 girls are safe. So Zil, you are up. Freya, you are on deck.
I am going
Nicely
to
done,
use...
Thanatos.
Yes, I am inspired by Xanatos's frenzy, and I'm going to rip out my rapier. I'm going to dance a little bit up to the Kraken. That's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to take a slash at it, hopefully. That was an 11 plus... Go. Plus 5. 16.
16 hits. Roll me the damage.
All right. Rapier damage is action 1d8 plus 3. Yay. Oh crap. Okay, I'm re-rolling that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got a bunch.
roll again.
You got a bunch. You have a whole bunch.
Okay, this dice is cursed.
Well,
Relatable.
Hell knows.
5.
So you did 5 points of damage?
5 points of
Okay.
damage after like multiple rolls. So yeah, cursed.
So we gave it our best shot. So you chop at this thing, but the rapier just isn't really cutting it. It's just, this thing is now flipping, and another tentacle bursts in through another side window and is winding its way. It's looking for the children.
I'm standing in front of that door. They're not coming in.
It is coming towards you, Freya, and it is your turn.
I have Zephyr in my hand.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to use this, and I'm going to do some damage and protect these kids. 19?
19 hits. Roll me the
Whoa.
damage.
Yeah.
15? Should I go for that one or go for
15. 15 is beautiful.
Yeah.
So 15 points of damage. And you slice into this tentacle that's coming towards the thing, and you see all the big spines. And as you chop, the part that you chop off vanishes into black smoke.
Oh.
I
needed Zephyr.
So, Charlie,
Yes.
you are up.
Fantastic. I have 2 ideas. I think I'm going to try this one first. Charlie, I step outside and I do a little bit of a kind of dance. One arm, other arm. It's very stiff, little sort of dance in this way. And as that happens, you begin to see seaweed and cattails and all the sort of marshy vines and plant around this creature begin to grow up and try to grab it, wrap around it, entangle it, if you will. And I need it to make a strength saving throw, which is probably where this is going to fail. But do you have any disadvantages?
Well, what's lovely is that I want to say that Haley gave me a roll with advantage, so it's a strength saving throw with advantage.
No.
Does a critical success count?
No.
Unfortunately, actually, no, not in 5th edition.
It doesn't work in this one. I'm sorry. No.
So your like entanglement thing, boom. What you see is as they hit it, the things electrify that you're putting on it, and they burn off as it sheds any type of entrapment you're trying to put on it.
Oh,
Charlie's completely like flabbergasted by that at the death of his vines, and sort of stumbles back, like a silent movie star, and clutches the side of the house. Right.
And as the side of the house, as you're clutching against the side of the house, a tentacle comes down and wraps around you. And I'm going to get a re-roll on that.
Can I put a cutting word on it?
Thank you, Helen, for the re-roll, because that gives me a dirty 22 as you are grabbed by an electrified tentacle, and you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you take 10 points of electrical damage.
So as this tentacle lifts Charlie up in the air and he jolts, you can see his whole skeleton kind of appear again like a Looney Tune. And as that stops and he continues to twitch, you see his body go lifeless as he drifts into unconsciousness.
Oh no!
So Charlie is now unconscious.
So one thing,
your only means of healing.
I tried to get a cutting words in on that attack roll. So that lets me use one of my abilities to grant bardic inspiration to reduce a roll by that much.
Okay.
So I got a D6. Let's see if any of this can keep this from taking Charlie out to pasture.
It'll add more hit points onto you.
Reroll. One more, come on.
Right.
There we go. That's a 6.
Okay. How
That's
much was the total?
It was 14 plus 10, so it was 24 points of damage.
24, so it brings it down to 18.
18.
It still takes me out.
Boom. So your words drift out the window, and you see Charlie is still unconscious. And it gets another attack through another window. Breaks, and a tentacle comes towards our big boy Xanatos, and he's going to try and hit you. So thank you, bitty 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 tweaky, for the reroll. That one does hit. Xanatos, and that also hits you for 14 bludgeoning as it grabs you, but it's halved, so it's only 7 because you're in rage. So 7 points of bludgeoning, but 10 electrical. You feel electricity blurt through your body, but the spines don't get into you as you are lifted in the air. So you're fighting off the piercing damage with your tough skin, but you still feel that electricity. So it would be 17 points of damage all day.
All day long.
All day long. So Jean Delancey and Kel, you are on deck. Jean Delancey, you're up.
Okay. Well, seeing that my cutting words were sadly inefficient, is Charlie still being held upright, or
Charlie is held in the air by this tentacle that has him unconscious outside?
Okay. Where am I?
I got a reroll with advantage from Andy Connolly.
They're turning on us. They're turning on us now.
Yeah, they are.
It was
Third act. They want the drama.
It was the time for a TPK. Where am I in relation to the?
You were in the kitchen.
Coming from? Okay.
They're coming from like 3 different windows, and then Kel went out the front, Charlie went out the front door to inspire the foliage.
Okay, can I see like the origin point of the tentacles?
The thing is sort of on top of the house now, and it is reaching in, looking for the children. The good thing was that we have a safeguard guarding that door vigilantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, I am going to pick a location where some of the tentacles diverge from each other, because I figure that can't move real well, and I will cast Cloud of Daggers. At that location. Level 2 spell. And I turned to the wrong page because genius.
Kel, you're on deck.
Got it.
There we go. So magically conjured spinning daggers in a 5-foot cube just fills spinning, slicing, slashing metal. A creature takes 4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So nothing yet.
Yep.
But on its turn.
Okay. So it is on its turn. It is sitting. So you created this swirling cloud of daggers. Kel, you are up. Xanatos, you are on deck.
Is there a kid in? I'm still inside the house, and is there a kid that has not yet been grabbed by a tentacle?
They're inside. They're behind a door.
They're behind the door.
Freya is guarding that door.
Okay, excellent. And Charlie is outside, too far for me to get to.
Yeah.
Great. In that case, Kel is going to find a shadow in this house to step back into, and he's going to hide as a bonus action. And as his main action, he is now going to use his double crossbows and shoot those double hand crossbows at one of these at the tentacle closest.
There's one that's holding Xanatos, and there's one that's holding Leah.
Leah's still up there, the mom.
Yeah, so I'm
there,
going.
and Xanatos is up there.
Yeah, Xanatos, I love you, buddy, but I love you. Listen, I love you guys, but we're here to save their family. So I'm going to aim up at that one and see what happens. Now I have to roll with disadvantage thanks to Joe, Texas. So if these people die, it's on you, buddy. So I rolled an 8 and a 6. So that gives me a 6, but I'm going to use one of my re-rolls. I'm using a re-roll from Mr. Mosby to go ahead and re-roll that attack. And goodness, that's horrible. And I'm going to go ahead and use a re-roll from Kelly. And I'm going to ask you, Dungeon Master, if 19 hits.
19 hits.
Great. So with that 19, this is going to be a total of 2d6 plus 6. And then another 2d6 because this is sneak attack, right? I presume that I have advantage on it because I'm hiding, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here we go. This is 46.
It's also engaged with another enemy, so.
Oh, excellent. 46 plus 6 is going to be not bad at all. 8, 13, 16 plus 6, 20, 13 plus 6 is 29.
Jesus, nicely done. So yeah, the thing lets go of Leah as she drops to the table. She lands on the table, blood and cream and scones going everywhere. But she has been released from the grasp. She takes a big breath because the electrification of that grasp. Well played. Xanatos, you are up. You are in the air, in the grasp of one of these tentacles. You fended off the electricity. You can attack now.
I can get my great axe out.
Right.
And use any advantage to using my animal handling powers? No. So I'm going to go for reroll.
You're going to try to kind of old God whisper this thing. You want to old God whisper?
I was going to combine the use of my great axe with my ability to whisper to tentacled animals. We'll see how that goes. I'm on my second reroll thanks to Phil and Christy, and that's a shitty little 3. I'm going to go to the 5. Now I'm going to use up child draws. Oh, there we go. 18.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the damage.
Damage coming up.
Zil, you're on deck.
9.
9 it is. So 9 points of damage?
9 points of damage.
Plus your strength modifier.
Shake modifier.
Your strength modifier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and your strength.
So it's plus 5. So it's you just rolled 14 points of damage on that thing.
Yes.
But you also are in frenzy, so you get an additional attack.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Let's go.
So roll again.
19.
That's roll me the damage.
That's a 4. A lowly 4 for the damage. I'm out of rerolls, I believe. Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
You can't possibly be out of
You are on deck.
I bet you have more rerolls, Johnny.
Yeah, you can't
I think I read.
You're on deck.
You go through all the ones from the beginning? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm done.
Majda, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast my last spell slot. It is Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level. So that is a wisdom check. I bet this thing is pretty wise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is wise in that I get rerolls. Thank you very much. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Nina the Gnome, but both of my rolls were crappy, so it failed its wisdom saving throw. So tell me what happened. What? How does the dissonant whispers? What does it work? How does it work?
I whisper a discordant melody that only it can hear, racking it with terrible pain.
Wow.
On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from us in the house.
away from perfect.
Away from me.
So you cast this thing, it moves away from you. So you cast this thing, poof, the tentacle that was holding Xanatos that he had cut off snakes out the window. The one that was coming through the front door. Charlie, you are released, and things go quiet. And then you hear from the other side of the door, Freya.
No, that's not good.
It's your turn, Freya.
My turn.
Do
The
I get
first
to
thing
roll damage, though?
Yeah, tell me the damage.
All right. Okay. 11, 16, 20 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah. So you did a lot of damage. This thing freaked out and it moved away from that main area. But from the other side of the children's door, you hear 2 crashes.
Oh, well, that's not. So I open the door immediately.
So you throw open the door, and as you throw open the door, the kids have hidden themselves under the bed, and there's 2 big windows on either side of their room, and tentacles are looking for them. But you see exposed, as this thing is pressed up against the window, a black star on the bottom of the underside of this creature. And you are up, Freya.
Yep, I see that black star. I tell the children to go to their mother, because their mother is now down on the table. And I say, go to your mother, get under the table. I take my Zephyr.
So the kids scurry out the door, and they run out the door, and then Leah, who's coming to on the table, she collects the children and she puts her arms around them.
And they
and
get
you
under
run
the table.
towards.
And I take my Zephyr, and I thusly, and I look at that black star, and I go as aggressively, yes, as strongly as I can, and I go straight for it. Shall we roll?
Roll to
And you just got an advantage from Ramalama Ding Dong.
From Ramalama Ding Dong.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Ramalama Ding Dong using that advantage, and I've also got an advantage 2 times from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. Also, thank you for the rerolls from Captain Dork, Kylie and Caitlin, a Strickland family, Librarian for Ants, and Andrew M. Thank you, thank you. We're going to save these kids. We're going to do it, you guys. Thank you for this. Here we go. All right, I'm doing one of my Kylie and Caitlin reroll. I can do better. One more.
Also with advantage.
18.
Boom. So you crash through the window. The Zephyr plunges into and tears through the black star that is at the bottom of this creature. The blackness extends out as this thing begins to rumble. Describe to me how you kill it.
How I kill it. I've gone through there. I come back out. It's all now kind of seeping into this room with all its little tentacles are around, and they're sort of getting a little weak. I take my Zephyr and I slice this one. I slice that one. I slice another, until there's nothing left but mist.
And all these pieces fall. Charlie is now lying there, and all of the pieces of the Zephyr vanish back into black mist. This creature, because of the Zephyr wielded by Freya, forged by Stepha Wills, vanishes back to the shade. The family is safe.
The family.
Your friend Charlie is unconscious on the lawn.
I'm going.
We have 2 bards. We have 2 bards in the mix.
Meanwhile, Charlie's in a place of darkness and quiet. It's so peaceful. He can hear the sounds of his parents' laughter in the distance as he starts to sort of turn towards it and think, "Oh, that would be lovely."
Bards, go check on Charlie.
Charlie's reverie is interrupted, hopefully not too rudely, by Jean simply leaning over him, pooping him on the nose with the cure wounds for 8 hit points.
Hey!
You are yanked back from Providence.
I open my eyes and I look around and I see everyone and I go, oh, did we get it?
Did we?
You are all standing over Charlie. The family has gathered. Little Bess is munching on a scone, and you have banished the mist with the Zephyr back to the shade, and you have saved the family. And I know you all have choices of dungeon masters, but thank you for flying with Todd Stashwick as your dungeon master and playing Dungeons and Dragons with me today. Pablove Foundation. Our final tally is $52,226, all included with thank you to Majda and to Rob for your generous offers and to all the people playing at home. If we didn't get to your re-rolls, you still helped kids fight cancer. So, oh my God, you were fast, you were furious, you were absolutely amazing. And before we go, I'm going to give you guys all a chance. I want to thank you all, Jonathan, Majda, Wil, Rob, Michelle, Deborah for playing behind the scenes. I want to thank Mini Terrain Domain, Jacob Norman, and Dwight Wade, and all the people that helped with the mods. I want to thank the people that donated items to the Stephanie Williams, Julia Madalena, Maya Ignihart, Maya, please forgive me, Maya Ignihart Morris, Bob Eggleton, Talon and Claw, Matthew Lillard for the amazing, they donated, Beetle and Grimm donated if it's still in there, they donated a Beetle and Grimm set, and Trini for donating the cup, Emily Keith, Lauren Offiero, and all the folks at Pablove. I'll give everybody here a chance to say goodbye and tell you all where to find them on the socials if you want.
Todd, look at that new number, 57,000.
57? 57? Where did that extra $5,000 come from? Holy crap.
Oh, okay.
What? Wait, what? It's 52,226. Sorry, guys, misnumber, but still 52,000. So, Jonathan, thank you for joining me. Anything you want to say to the good people?
Yes, there's one thing I'd like to say. All hail Todd Stashwick. Thank you for making this happen. It has been an incredible success. And as my first adventure, it won't be my last. And I have you to thank. Thank you all.
Woo, thank you. Majda.
This was a dream come true. I can't thank each of you enough. I'm such a lifelong fan and True Blood fan as well. And I'll be back as much as I can. I'll be watching always. Love to you all.
Thank you. Mr. Wil.
Just a little bit of narrative resolution for Kel as everyone is celebrating the return of the children and the preservation of the bloodline. Kel sort of just catches Frey's eye and he says, "I'll see you when I see you," and just disappears over the kind of like just rolls himself over the edge of the window and then gets back. Secure in the knowledge that all of the people that have stayed behind are going to entertain and delight this family so much that no one will be really sure if another person was there at all. Like they vaguely remember, but probably maybe there was another person, but it also just could have been in his imagination. And then for myself as a person, Todd, it's always so much fun to play with you. Frakes, I can't believe after all of these years, finally
I tried
D&D.
to get on the tabletop game for years. He wouldn't let me play.
That's not true. That's not true. But this is
we'll revisit this.
But this is just great. Rob and Majda, thank you so much for doing this. This is just awesome. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. It was really awesome. That's all. I'm gonna fall into the loop of just saying that it was awesome because that's what it was.
Deborah Ann.
Yes. Oh, yes. Charlie is going to plant a seed outside of this hut, and this seed has a little bit of sort of abjuration protection magic. It'll just alert him if anything were to go wrong here again. He could make his way back. A little bit of sprinkling of love from Charlie. So yes, I'd also I didn't get to thank Tricky Vicky and Rex Verdi for some wonderful rerolls that were offered there at the end. And yeah, this was just a blast. I love it so much. Rob, Majda, just an incredible thing that you've done. Everyone at home who donated. I was just saying, I mean, I've done a lot of charity streams like this, and this is really an exceptional kind of outpouring that has come through. This is a really rare and beautiful event. So I'm so proud to have been a part of it. Thanks for asking me, Todd, and all the best.
Thank you, Deborah. And Rob, one of our winners of the auction, thank you for joining us. Any words to part with for us?
Absolutely thrilled to have been a part of this. This is my arguably my debut in front of more than, I don't know, 20, 30 people. So not much of a public speaker. This kicked off, originally it was 3, but we're up to at least 5 of my bucket list items.
Wow.
So I'm pretty happy about that. I didn't figure we were going to get to any of them. And for everyone else watching, tune in next week when the 6 of us all get together again and we take on Krastar, the Bloodomancer.
Tabletop deep cut, love it.
I had several of those saved up, just didn't have the opportunity.
At the ready, Michelle.
Todd, first of all, Freya is so she's so grateful for what has happened. The power that she feels and this magic that she feels from the Zephyr, she's thinking, I might have to, study with a wizard or something, maybe even a sorcerer, who knows? And she looks at Cal as Cal exits and says, I'll see you soon, my friend. I know I keep forgetting your name, but I know you, so I'll see you soon. And I want to, and yes, Majda and Rob, you two are outstanding. It's, I constantly say, how powerful kindness is and generosity. And, you don't realize how much you have, you've helped so many people. You rounded us out in such a glorious way. Thank you so very much. Deborah Ann, I text you and you responded so quickly, and thank you.
You did. I was sitting across from her.
It's just amazing. My thank you so much. My Trekkie brothers and, my family here. It's outstanding how when we rally and when we come together, strength in numbers, we can make so many beautiful things happen. And I appreciate you so much. And for everyone out there, you guys, I'm not going to do a whole emotional thing, but you guys, we just did something phenomenal.
Really?
We just did something phenomenal. And not only
with our collectiveness,
with a collective thing, with love and laughter and creativity and just and so much generosity of heart and soul. This is what happens when people come together. This is what happens. I'm on the East Coast here. I think Johnny is as well, and and Deborah is as well. It's midnight. It's midnight, but we're all here, and you guys were donating to this last minute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is for childhood cancer, something that we have to get in front of. We've got to solve this. And we have done something right here in this moment. Todd Stashwick, when you call, I will always come. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So from the bottom of my nerdy little heart, I do want to thank Breath Smart for the last reroll that she gave me for the evening. I'm going to use it at the next game that we do to raise money for this. So from the bottom of my nerdy little heart, I love all of you people and all you people at home. Thank you for coming together. Nora would be proud of what we did tonight. May you always roll with advantage. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.